to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. Write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore! I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. We're not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil prices. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this.
Hello everybody, what's the crack, what's the story? Welcome to the show. Welcome to deMars Live, episode 4. How's everybody keeping? Happy Saturday, happy weekend. Sorry about the delay, I know we're a couple of minutes late. I've been trying to, I'm using a different camera today, and I've been sort of messing around with it and trying to get the green screen to sort of work, and messing about with other production stuff that I probably shouldn't be doing. I should probably just be focusing on the verbal content and the interviews, but however, I like messing around with that stuff. So yeah, let me know who's in the chat. Let me know who's tuned in. Say hello. Thanks for liking the streams, guys, and for following. Peter Lawler, thanks so much for liking the stream there. We have Brian Hogan who's following us. Nice one, Brian. Thank you. We got Al Alward who's liked the stream, and Vivian Duff has liked the stream as well. So thanks, guys, for already liking it. And we haven't even started yet. That's fantastic. Okay, let me just check if everything's all good. Brilliant. Let's check our thing. So we got Dave Duggan in the house. Dave, how you keeping, man? I was loving that talking piece song. What's it called? Yes, so our intro music is all been done by D7 Up. So that's Dario Rodighiero, which I'm sure you're familiar with already. So he does the intro music for us. He also does the music for the pick for the weekend. So yeah, he's absolutely amazing. So we're using a good few of his tunes. We got Dubh Lee in the house. Dubh Lee, how's it going? And we're going to be chatting to you very shortly as well. So yeah, looking forward to that, guys. We got we got a great amount of guests today. We got Dubh Lee obviously opening up. We have the wonderful Paj, Paddy Groland, the frontman and founder of Paj, is going to join us. And then we've got Stephen Brennan from Cozy Bots. And Cozy Bots, we played his EP at the Tuesday show with Griffo, the live soundtrack. So we played that before the computer crashed, of course. I don't know if some of you tuned in for that, but I just tested basically the full capacity, the full whack of the LPC, and I literally upgraded it recently, and it wasn't able to handle that amount of tunage plus gameage. So now we know, guys. Okay, so we got local music by Alexi as well, which is awesome because this is his solo release. We've got the wonderful State Lights back again, who released a song just on Friday there. We have the very mysterious Banba, and that's the very first time I've heard these guys, and they released a fantastic song. Can't wait to show you. And LL Groove Band is a band that actually commented on the post I did midweek, I think it was, looking for more music. So we got to know LL Groove Band. We're going to play a little video from them. And then we got Thomas Murphy Young, who was suggested by Rebecca, and who is a Waterford-based singer-songwriter, guys. So yeah, we got all that stuff happening today. We've also got our pick for the weekend, of course, which is Lakewood, with his song called What I See in Me. And it is actually a fantastic song, and it was chosen by Rebecca, who has sent in her piece today. So yeah, it's going to be great. So what else do we have here? We've got Cooking with Stephen. Okay, Stephen, what's the story? That's Stephen Brennan. Good to see you in the chat. Fantastic. Great, guys. Great. Okay, so yeah, as well, of course, if you want to tune into or join our community, we have the deMartian community. That's all I could think of, guys. I thought I could be a little bit more creative. But we got some topics in there that I'm just starting to do. Look, I'm just trying new things here. Just want to keep conversations open, so I might be adding you to groups. Don't worry, you don't have to obviously join them, but it's nice to have people that are tuned in regularly together on a Facebook group. And I've just been throwing up a couple of odd topics here and there. So our topic today was, is it a good time to be releasing music? And we've had a couple of different opinions on this one. So majority was yes. And but Paul was bringing up some points that, he says that there's too much music at the moment. It's great. I would never say that. But no, it's a fair point. It's great that there is so much creation and activity, but the downfall of it is the masses. The everyday listener is more likely to go scroll past posts, online plays, and GoFundMes and stuff like that. So there's just too much content going on. People are just scrolling past music, and your song might be missed. That's what Paul's meaning here, which is a very fair point. Yeah, and we got Lindsay as well, who says there would be a backlog in music if we held off, which is really cool. So we're having some good chats anyway on that. So it's the deMartians community. The link is in the YouTube description. So yeah, if you want to tag along and have a chat with us, you are more than welcome to join in on the chat there. So yeah, Dubh Lee is singing, Dave. Yeah, Dubh Lee is singing. Everybody is actually performing tonight, which is brilliant. We've got three pieces of performances, so that's great because you don't always get that. Not everybody's always got the technology to play. As you know yourselves, it can be a little bit tricky to kind of get the sound right and stuff through this kind of stuff. So yeah, you're getting a triple gig today. So I'm going to try and keep the talking to the minimal, which is very difficult. It's very hard to do that. But we've got 20 minutes before I invite Dubh Lee onto the stage. So with those 20 minutes, I'm going to play a couple of tracks for you guys. A couple of tracks. And let me see if I can just slap up the old full screen here. And yeah, let me know. Is anybody having a drink? Is anybody having a Saturday evening beverage? And if so, what beverage is it? I'm about to crack open. I was not going to drink today, but I don't know about you guys. I was feeling a little bit drained today. Don't know if it's the weather. What is the weather even? Like, I was on my PC the whole day. So you know how it is. You're stuck in front of the old computer. But I got myself an Estrella today. I just have one bottle. It's about the size of a bleeding wine bottle, though. It's massive. So I'm going to have that to drink. So let me know if you are having an old sneaky one. And Dave's making jokes again in the chat. Well done, Dave. Swing and a miss. So yeah, this first tune I'm going to play for you all is who's it by? It's by Alexi. Yes, the wonderful Alexi that we had on our show about a month and a half ago during the height of the lockdown, and he's well known for being the second half of the project Fires, and that's how we actually interviewed him under that name with his co-musician. And he's also the founder of Exo Promotions, of course, who has been running the gigs in the Wild Duck, the socially distanced gigs, very successfully as well. So, and this is the first solo release that I have heard from him. So I think it's absolutely brilliant that he's released it, because it really gives I know in Fires he does a lot of there's a lot of arguments and stuff. I remember in the interview they were saying there are a lot of to get it perfect, but now I guess he's managed to work on his own here on this one. So this is his song called I'm Trying My Best. Dave, I'll pop over with a bottle of whiskey. I'll have a couple of drinks and a catch up, man. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself there. So that's Alexi with his most recent release. I'm trying my best, and we're about to go into State Lights there. So I am going to actually throw on State Lights next, and this is their release from Friday. Give Me Something Human.
Silence turn to sound. Give me something human.
Yeah, big it up for State Lights with their most recent release, Give Me Something Human. Yeah, they have some great tracks up there on Spotify, actually. Really, really great studio stuff, Dave. So really recommend you check it out. One of their tracks they released over the lockdown as well is Don't Play Games with My Heart, as well as it's one of my favorite ones by State. I was going to say State Lights, and also Peace Will Come is their most popular one, which you can see right up there. So check that stuff out. It's really good music. Yeah, guys, we got 9 watching on YouTube, which is brilliant, guys. So all of you, I'd like to welcome you all to the show. Anybody that just tuned in, we're just starting. We just played 2 tracks there. I'm gonna play, what do we have time for? Maybe 2 more tracks. So do say hello, and do give the stream a like if you're enjoying it so far. It does help a lot to get those likes in there, because it just makes it look like the videos are what I'm doing are decent, to others, so they're more inclined to watch them. But every little helps. So yeah, if you just wanted to share it as well, be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed as well already on YouTube, please do. I'm doing live streams 3 times a week. I'm going to see how long I keep doing it for. And but I'm ever improving. As you can see, I do have the green screen now, so it's all these little cheap modifications for your pleasure, guys, for your pleasure. So, but yeah, no, thank you so much for staying tuned with me on this Saturday night. It's unfortunate that we're not out in town enjoying music live. Of course, this is the reason why I'm doing these now in the evening, because I do feel, it's nice to sort of listen to a bit of tunage and have a bit of live music as well, in lieu of the whole elephant in the room that sure, Jesus, I'm sick of mentioning, but hopefully we'll push forward with with more gigs, more at least socially distanced gigs for now, and we'll see what happens. People are making some moves. I've read somewhere that there is a government grant being given to bars, wet bars. I believe it's 16 million. And I don't think that's much, right? That doesn't sound like a lot of money for all the bars in Ireland. I mean, if it was all the bars in bleeding, I don't know, Azerbaijan, maybe that would do it for them, but I don't think in Ireland. But yeah, so yeah, that might be actually, funny enough, that was some part of our chat, our original discussion in the deMartian community was should the government subsidize bars, especially those that play live music. It's not about the food, it's about the music, right? And then funny enough, that article came out, so I wasn't even aware of that. So yeah, that's the story. That's the show. There's a massive elephant in my room, Dave. I have a green screen that's just covering up, so you can't see it at the moment, but it might creep up behind the screen there. Look, where am I? There we go. Yeah. Oh Jesus, giving away my secrets. All right, guys. So I'm gonna play the next tunage, and the next song. Let's see, who do we have? This is by Banba. Yeah, Banba. Banba. I heard the song. It's actually fantastic and very cool. Just very cool. Different vibe completely, and it's called The Moon. And unfortunately, I could not find any information on them online, and they haven't written back to me about a blurb or anything. So I'm going to only be able to leave you with their song, which is quite nice, and I'm sure we'll revise and be able to sort of talk about them a little bit more. But let me know what you think of this one. Thank you for the like, Dimitri. Hope you're enjoying the show, brother.
Muster up the courage and the strength to defend. Fight for what is right, never ever pretend to be that which you are not. Stay proud of what you got. God given from the get-go, so don't let nobody tell you otherwise. This crazy world is full of lies, full of people who despise, deceive, mislead, yet plead innocence. The truth is that deliverance lies in your own hands. Be humble as a beggar, but bow down to no man. Treat knowledge as you would something golden, cause unlike material riches, it could never be stolen by a thief in the night. Learn from your plight. Life has many lessons, many blessings, many ups, many downs, many smiles, many frowns, many sounds, many sights, many pains and delights, many wrongs, many rights, many moons, many nights, many who without a second thought would strike and incite you to hate. But I tell you, love is great and a much better fate. Deep sea life sinking, star cloud thinking. Deep sea life sinking.
Well, what did you think of that, ladies and gentlemen? That was Banba with their latest single, The Moon, and they literally got back to me here. So Banba is an electronic music project fronted by two Irish natives. Banba is derived from the Irish folklore Banwa, daughter of the first woman of Ireland. Banba's sound is heavily influenced by psychedelics, ancient Irish culture, and an intense curiosity for sound. The two guys in Banba are planning on releasing multiple tracks over the coming year, so stay tuned. Yes, I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I love that. I like that kind of lo-fi juxtaposition with the rap part in the middle, with the spoken word. It's just really nice. It was very unique. So thanks for sending that in, guys. Really cool tune. Let me know what you guys thought of that track, and yeah, don't forget to give the stream a like. And anybody on Facebook, do hop over onto YouTube. There's a lot more going on. I'm building the YouTube channel a little bit more than the Facebook. We're slowly moving the videos away from Facebook. YouTube is just a better audible and visual experience, and it's also just nicer to connect with you there. So I will be monitoring that chat more than the Facebook one. So if you do feel lonely on Facebook, do click on that link, and please join us. There's a lot more going on. So guys, I have about 3 minutes left. So I'm going to play one more song. I'm gonna play one more tune, and yeah, like guys, you are welcome to chat to me in the chat, you know, obviously, you know, and you're also welcome to communicate with any of the guests I have, also. So please do make it interactive. With you know, that's the beauty of doing these live streams. You know, I'm able to talk to you. I'm able to see the chat. I'm able to you know, communicate with you, and vice versa, you with me and the guests. So that's the beauty of this. It's not like a one-way system like watching television. It's more advanced. It's amazing. It's brilliant. So take advantage, and yeah, do throw something into the chat if you want, like even if it's just a emote, you know. And even just a hello would be awesome too. So yeah, and a like on the stream would be absolutely delicious, guys, as well. Or just chill out and don't do anything. Just sit down, you know. It's all good. It's a Saturday night. You don't have to do anything. You can just listen and enjoy. So yeah, I'm going to play a last little piece of music, and then I will play another tune after the first interview. So this is by LL Groove Band, and yeah, first time listening to these guys as well, actually. And let me see if I can just whip this up here. They sent me a YouTube video, and I believe it's like it's almost like a homemade sort of style. It's very casual looking video, so I'll just post this up. So yeah, Dave says really nice chill vibe. Absolutely, man. I got this thing on my hat here. What is this? All right, there we go. Need to get myself another one of these. I've been wearing this too much. Okay, so let's slap this one up here. It's called Inspiration. It's always good to have a little bit of inspiration, isn't it, guys? I'm going to try and fit this in nicely. Let's see if I can get it. Audio.
Inspiration, spreading good vibes all across the nation. Inspiration, it's LL Group Band and the bar we're raising. Inspiration, let's bring it back for the new generation. Inspiration. Stop for several seconds by a lake to catch reflections on inspection, make corrections, but don't hate those imperfections.
Thank you for the sub, man.
Water ripples, hear a trickle, never fickle. Keep it real, not superficial. Worries crumble like they're brittle with just a little whistle. The sun is rising over new horizons. Shine in my eyes, so mesmerizing. Everything is tied and intertwining. Stretching far off into the distance. Wind on the face, caresses like a mistress. Time flows like a river, thoughts make you shiver. Words we deliver like an arrow from a quiver. Sicker than a liver with a drinking habit. Now throw your hands up and just bounce like a rabbit. A savage with the magic when the beat drops in. Would eat you for breakfast but I'm vegetarian. want, who will if I won't. Don't rock the boat. On a separate note, keep your hope. Cope with the token, exhale the smoke. Or however you see fit. If it's negative, leave it behind and don't rewind to the time of that crime. The questions continue, but who can see them through? With this view, I wonder why it's not been torn asunder. Strike a thunder, break the silence. Eyelids snap open, hoping for a change, but things remain the same. The claims tonight they failed to hide that they lacked a guide, and so are tied to not knowing, flowing and growing over them, though they didn't know it then. Over 10, then a deep breath with each step. Keep left, and the next step will still be uncertain. So what are we working for? It's hurting more. The curtain falls, silence, no applause. Spreading good vibes all across the nation. Inspiration, it's LL Group Band and the bar we're raising. Inspiration, let's bring it back for the new generation. Inspiration, it's LL Group Band and this game we're taking. Inspiration, let's bring it back for the new generation. Inspiration, it's LL Group Band and this bar we're raising. Inspiration, spreading good vibes all across the nation. Inspiration, it's LL Group Band and this game we're taking.
Alright, so that was LL Groove Band with their tune Inspiration. Do you guys feel inspired after that? Because I sure do. What an awesome tune, and that's a deadly genre. That's a genre that I just love. Great for a Saturday evening, and yeah, it was actually really, really fun. So that was my first time actually listening to that band, so I definitely advise you guys to give them a follow on YouTube. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for all our lovely 13 watchers on YouTube. I am here with Dove Lee. We have her in the Zoom chat. We have her in the studio. Let me just do this. All right, Neve, don't worry. I'm gonna give you the best signal ever. I'm just gonna go like, yeah, ready to go. Like it's gonna be like a M. Kelly's, the producer. 3, 2, action. You know, that kind of stuff. All that good stuff. So please welcome Dove Lee to our show, guys. Here we go. Woohoo! Neve, how are you keeping?
Good, yeah, very good. I have to do my ritual and
do the
open
ritual.
my can.
Open the can. I already opened up my bottle, so
Lovely.
I feel like,
good choice.
But I will have a sip with you.
Ritual cheers.
Cheers. So what can are you drinking there? What's that?
Oh, Carlsberg.
Carlsberg. Yeah, that's everybody keeps saying that to me. Everyone's saying that it's 8 cans for a tenner.
Oh, not in Centra. I got it for $12.50. 8 cans for $12.50. It's not so bad.
That's still pretty decent, yeah. Anto gets that as well. He always tunes in for this show, and and I'm like, why are you drinking that shite? Because I'm a fan of all these kind of crazy, bottles. They're about 5% or something. Yeah. But that's like a 660 milliliter job. Like that's like a wine bottle right there. Yeah.
I normally would drink craft beers myself, but like lately they've set off my sinuses. So actually the cheap like lagers don't affect my sinuses, so I just stick to them now.
Shite,
which is a shame because I love craft beers, but anyway. Yeah,
I get that as well. Actually, I get like congestion up there going on. You know what I mean? The next morning. So that's probably that's the reason. Okay.
A good solution for that is to just drink gin all night.
Okay.
It doesn't set you off as bad, I find.
Okay, I gotta try this. Well, do you know what? I was trying to stay away from drink, but look, here we go. Like, it's like try to drink, but like try to get away with it. Try to drink and get away with the hangover, get away with the issues. How do you do it? But anyway, thanks so much for coming on the show. I'm seeing much more of you, which is great. This is like the third time now seeing you, right? After our 2 gigs.
Third time in August, anyway. Yeah.
It's brilliant because the last time I saw it was like Crystal Skull Sessions, which was like 4 years ago.
Oh my God, that was
3 years ago.
Yeah.
that's how I first got to know you, and then I've been seeing like your posts online. I'm just like, wow, what was she doing at the Crystal Skull sessions? She doesn't, it's a great show and everything, guys, by the way. But like, I was just like, wow, that's way out of your kind of.
No way,
ahead,
no,
like,
I had a fucking. Excuse me, I shouldn't be cursing. I had a great time.
No,
at the
please
Christmas
curse. It's fine. Saturday night, we're allowed to curse. Don't worry.
And also,
I'm
there's
not
other
getting monetized.
fantastic bands on in the same heats as me, like Slacker Symphony and stuff, and like those guys are quality,
I can't believe you remember that. That's
because I know Ed Grinnell quite well now.
Oh,
He
very
hosts a show
good.
on Near FM, and he's obviously one of the boys.
Yeah, fantastic, great stuff. So how's like so many questions I've been meaning to ask you, and I know we've kind of just sort of brushed shoulders at gigs and stuff like that now recently, and there's only so much time we can sort of chat, right, and converse and stuff like that. But what always fascinated me was like the covers that you've done actually are brilliant lately, like and you've worked with a lot of musicians as well, and you've got such a mad variety like in your music, and I'd love to know like where did it begin? And I know it's such a kind of cliche question to ask, but I genuinely am curious because you don't get to hear musicians actually say that too often, where it all started and what got you into music.
So I suppose like my parents have great taste in music, and I had two older brothers that were like starting to explore their musical tastes as a teenager. So from my brothers, I was listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Outkast, and like lots of hip hop and lots of more contemporary rock. But through my parents, I would have been listening to Leonard Cohen, who I'm crazy about, and John Prine and stuff. And then my own and so that was their influence. And then my own like musical convalescence kind of manifested in like Led Zeppelin and classic rock. Like so, like I think it obviously I don't make hip hop songs quite yet.
Not yet.
I think you could see a lot of the folk influences that probably came more from my parents' direction, and then a lot of the like rock influences of. Well, I was like a rocker as a teenager, you know what I mean, dressed in black and all that kind of.
I would never have told. I would have never known had you not said that. I could only assume. Yeah.
Lovely, I suppose it says it all.
No, it does actually. No, I'm actually genuine. Actually, you wouldn't tell. It's hard to know, like, because everybody has their own phases, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and you can just totally a musician. You can have so many different styles as well. Like even as a person, like how you dress up on stage, right, and stuff like that. So,
exactly.
It's interesting. And your parents play music at all, or is it just what music they were listening to?
They both there was two guitars in the house growing up. My mom's guitar and my dad's guitar. And one of them was like a classical, like a nylon string, and the other was a steel string. And like Dad showed me my first few chords when I was maybe 12 or 13, I think. So I remember he showed me Walk the Line by Johnny Cash.
Nice.
And then I think I just kind of ran with it from there. So neither of them play, but like as in Dad can play, but they don't play often,
Yeah, they're not professional. They play as a hobby, right?
Yeah, like I wouldn't even say like it's very rare that they would pick them up, but
their job was done, as in like to inspire you and to get you into music. That's all it required.
Just having them in the house, like and me being curious about experimenting with them. We also had like a crappy kind of Casio keyboard that I just kind of mash around on, not knowing what I was doing when I was younger. I'd love to learn keys properly in the meantime, but haven't gotten there yet. Sticking to the guitar for a while.
Yeah, it's awesome. And were you solo for a while? Like, did you start off just playing on your own, and then did you progress then into the trio that you are now slowly, or did you try other projects as well along the way?
So through the years, I was normally like when I started, I was normally just a rhythm guitarist and backup singer. Say when I was a teenager, and I moved to Germany and took the lead singer function in like a rockabilly covers band. And by the time I got back here, I was like, okay, I have a bunch of songs. I'm going to, go out, and I would go just individually, as I did to the Crystal Skull sessions, just go out with myself and my guitar and like hit up all the gigs around town. I did a bunch of gigs last year where like it was just me and my acoustic guitar. I did this tour with Jimmy's cousin, like we did a few dates in Limerick, the Sugar Club in Dublin, and Kilkenny. And it was just me and the guitar.
Yeah.
But and I like enjoy the intimate folk gigs, the quieter stuff. But like when I was, as you can see the poster behind me, is Jimi Hendrix. Like when I was a teenager, all I ever wanted to be was in a rock band, and so I started writing songs lately that are just more geared towards that. And enlisted the help of Jailbird and Rob Kennedy to do this kind of power trio thing. And like when I'm doing that type of music, I feel so powerful, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And because you've got like all the bass and drums driving the music forward, like people respond way more energetically to it.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm kind of like really enjoying playing. Like the band thing is actually a very recent development. Like it's only
Okay.
post-COVID, and it's not even post-COVID yet, but it's
Mm-hmm.
since COVID.
Wow. So you've only like it's only literally this year that you kind of came together, the three of yous.
Yes. Oh,
Amazing.
even like I'd say within the past 2 months, really. You
You're
could look at
joking me. That's fantastic. Because yeah, when I was booking you for Transmission, I was in minds to have you as a solo artist, and then you said, oh, I'll have two others joining me, and I was like, great, she's on the main stage then. Like it was just like I didn't even think twice. It was just like because we had you on the second stage because obviously acoustic artists were there, and we're just like, yeah, no worries, just shift her there. That's perfect. And because I never heard you as in a band setting prior to that.
Yeah.
But I heard you as a solo artist,
Yeah.
and I felt so confident in you as a musician when I saw you as a soloist, and I'll still remember that. I'll remember when seeing you live, and sometimes you get it. With certain musicians, you just know that their quality. I felt that about yourself. And I felt that about a lot of musicians, though. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to big you up too much because, like, there's a lot, but it's true. No, so many amazing ones. I know I'm such a jerk. I should have at least let you like enjoy that for a few seconds longer.
Beard down up somewhere. No, I don't have to keep leaning over.
Yeah, so we have Paj as well. So Paj was another one as well that came through Crystal Skulls as well. And I thought as well he came in as a solo artist too.
Yeah.
And I never knew him in a band setting.
Oh, he's
And,
class. I've seen him at this. I think it was this festival, Global Green, that I saw him with his band. And like they were fantastic. Like really, really cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So
oddly enough, I met Paj as a solo artist as well. And we were doing these gigs. There was this series of gigs called Music Under the Bridges, where we'd go out in boats and stop under the bridges of the Liffey, and an audience of kayakers would like anchor around us, and we'd sing.
I've seen this.
Bridges.
Yeah.
So
I seen Shakalak doing it. I haven't seen your one. Is your video up?
There's actually no, like they only put up one promotional video for it.
Okay.
And, like loads of different artists have done it. Like Bob Glynn has done it. Paj ended up like that. The first time I met him was we were both jumping onto a boat together, to do
That's
this.
amazing. That's such a good idea.
Kate May has done one. Oh Jesus, like and a bunch of people have done them since, but they don't video them all. It's
Yeah.
hard enough to get the amps up onto the boats.
Yeah. Jeez, of course, yeah. It's actually it's kind of dangerous, isn't it? Like water and electricity.
Yeah.
I know it's battery powered, right? Everything, so it's not like it's plugged into an extension lead or something from the.
Yeah, but yeah, still, it's like sometimes the water's splashing onto the amps, and then definitely would be the kind of main guy running it, and he'd be freaking out.
It's a fair play. Like it's such a cool venture. I love like innovative ideas like that tie in with music, right?
It's surreal, like tourists, like you get a lot of tourists, but also a lot of Irish people, because it's you never get to see the Liffey from that angle really, and then when you stop underneath the bridges, there's this incredible reverb, especially with the O'Connell Bridge. O'Connell Bridge is wider than it is long, and so
okay, wow,
it like echoes on really beautifully, so it's really really cool experience.
Wow, I didn't know that bridge was wider than it is long.
Wider than it is long,
crazy.
yeah.
Wow, okay, there you go. That's my first piece of decent information today. Like,
Facts.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And so, what's a gig that does like stand? Okay, so that's an interesting gig in itself. And like, what other kind of gigs did you do that are kind of like that are maybe quirky or that meant a lot to you or something, or that are notable, I suppose.
I did, like 2019 was so busy with them that I'd actually have to look and see what my calendar was like. So I was saying I did that run of gigs supporting Jimmy's cousin, which was amazing, because it was my first time playing Dolan's in Limerick, which is obviously, the music venue in Limerick.
You've done Electric Picnic as well?
I opened for Bad. Oh, I did EP. Yeah, I forgot. Forgot about that. So I did Electric Picnic in 2018.
Amazing.
And at the time I was playing with Wob. So we actually did 3 gigs that weekend. I did 1 gig as myself, Dubh Lee, and then Wob played 2 stages, and so I was front womaning for Wob at the time. So that was great crack. The problem with the gig, like we had 2 gigs on Friday and 1 gig on Saturday, and the thing with the Saturday gig was that I was so hungover from the night
I'd be the
before.
same. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, three. So was it 3 in a row? Is it?
It was 3 gigs. It was 2 on one day and 1 the following day, and then I had Sunday off. But Jolly from Wob, that you know, he played 5 gigs across the Electric Picnic weekend in 2018 because he was like doing dep drumming for a bunch of different bands, and so he didn't get to relax. Like, you know what I mean? He was just
fair play
constantly
to
on the
him.
go. So for me,
Jesus.
I had a great festival once I was off the clock, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was hard work
That's
for other people involved.
that's crazy. Yeah, I've been in those situations a couple of times where you'd be gigging, and then drinking, obviously partying, enjoying yourself with people, and then obviously you've got then the gig the next day or something, and
Yeah.
trying to just get through that first few hours without even trying to hold off the drink first of all, to keep you going, of course.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a little bit of suffering. Yeah, I can I can imagine. But that's amazing. I don't know if I think I've seen a live video. Sorry, I've seen a video of you performing with Wob, I believe. Am I mistaking this? And it was a live performance. I should really do my research better, but I like to keep it casual. That's my excuse.
Video oversight. I'm not sure. There's definitely we have music videos for the 2 singles that I featured on
I've seen those
as
ones. Yeah.
Dubh, but I can't remember if there's a live video. One of the music videos features shots from a performance that we did in Achill Island, so like live shots from that performance. So that could have been it. What was the other thing? Well, I'm trying to think of other
So
gigs that I did
Bagatelle,
last
you were
year, 'cause
saying, oh, the Rory Gallagher Festival, right?
oh yeah. That's it. That was
Course.
a good one. I did that in 2017 and 2018, and I just popped down as a good friend of the Roy Gallagher tribute band Juice, and they're like fantastic. The guy,
Yes.
their lead singer, sounds like Dahi. He sounds like eerily like Rory Gallagher, like, and they're class. But anyway, so both times that I went down, I kind of opened for them, just did a couple of songs before they went on, and then we busked one of the years, and it was, we made a ton of money. It was a great crack. It was the same year that the Scratch actually did their kind of first busk down at Ballyshannon, and like I remember passing by, and I was like, who are these guys? They're amazing. And then I didn't hear about them until they released Flaker like a year later or more, and I was like, oh my god, that's the guys. Those guys were incredible live, and now they're doing really well and on the scene. It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Scratch
Yeah,
are class.
They are actually fantastic. I was trying to book them in for the festival myself, and I think they're just a little bit, obviously, just a lot of bands are disconnected and doing their own thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's also a good time to contact people, I do find, because then obviously people are out of their normal routines, so sometimes you can get lucky. But they are fantastic. I love just discovering. I feel sometimes like, oh, like where have they been not all my life, but like for the past whatever amount of years, and like, why didn't I find them sooner? And I felt up about so many like artists here, because I don't gig around like yourself. You seem to gig a lot more around at these like and different genres, right? You're covering so many, like just what you said there, you're covering so many different things, doing with what you do at Wob, and then you're doing the Rory Gallagher, and then you're doing all these other gigs. I don't know, you were doing Jimmy's Cousin, right? And then Bagatelle, but that's obviously your own stuff, right? That's your own your own solo stuff and stuff. But like you do I know you do a Hendrix cover, you do an awesome one, you do Shay, is it it's Hey Joe, is it?
Hey Joe, it is.
It is Hey Joe. You do it in a different key, or you do it in a different style, right?
Yes. So I'll explain that. Basically, obviously, the Hey Joe chord progression is in like blues chords, which means it's all dominant chords. If you know your music theory, it's just like a lot of rock music will just be dominant chords after another, and that's why it sounds like rock music. So instead of playing those regular chords, I just took so the song is, how do I explain this? The song is in E, and I just
sorry about this.
I rewrote
for you, I mean.
No, yeah, I'm trying to explain. It made total sense at the time. It's a reharmonized version of Hey Joe. So I rewrote the chords as if they were diatonic in E major. So it sounds like a jazzier version of the song, if you know what I mean.
Definitely, yeah, and I love that version. It was so like hypnotic almost, and I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, and I was trying to recognize it for a second. I was like, which, because it almost threw me off guard, right? And I was kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, when I first heard it, I was like, because I was in a Hendrix cover band, I was a drummer,
No
right?
way.
So I did a stint for like a year, I think it was, the Electric Experience, and yeah, and that was a great song to play drums for. I mean, it's just that sort of groove on it is just, and the
The groove and
fills.
the way the groove changes is so cool.
Oh,
Like
it's unbelievable.
satisfying. Yeah.
So I was trying to, and I got stumped. I was like, is that an alternate version? Is that so? Because I know some of the songs kind of, some of Hendrix's riffs can sound in some parts can sort of, cross fade or whatever, sound a little bit similar in certain songs,
Yeah.
Very subtle hints. But anyway, yeah, I thought I was tripping out, but it was great, and it does have that effect. It's great that it has that effect. Yeah.
That's it. Like I kind of like if like I wanted to, I love Hendrix, but I like the idea of, obviously I like the idea of when you do a cover, make it your own, in some way.
Absolutely.
As in, I love a good straight cover as well. Like when I do the Lemon song, it's just the Lemon song, because that song's perfect. But like Hey Joe's probably been covered by a lot of bands better than I've done it, and I knew I could maybe have this interesting take on it, so it's just a reharmonization, really fun to play around with jazz chords.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Fair play to you, like for getting into it. Did you study music? Where did you get your musical knowledge?
So I never did it in school, and I don't know why. And I studied international finance, economics, and German in university, and I worked in finance and German speaking roles for 4 years after uni. So I never I never studied music at all.
Wow.
So self-taught. But then when I quit the job, I quit my job to go full-time music at the end of 2018. And I started going to a fantastic guitarist, Hector Castillo.
Amazing. We spoke to him last week. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So he's Venezuelan. He's sick. Like he's just an absolute sicko. And he started giving me supplementary kind of theory lessons to go along with the lead guitar lessons that I was getting from him. Obviously, I'm a confident guitar player, but like I reached a plateau where I needed a mentor to help me get better. And he was saying we should really learn some theory, and I was like, I don't care, I just want to play crazy licks. But we did the theory, and after a couple of months, just my whole understanding of how to arrange, how music works, basically. Improved so much, and then that improved my writing, and then also my ability to interpret other music as well. Like it's so literally last year I started working on the music theory aspect of it, and I wish I had done it sooner, because that knowledge has been so useful for me in developing the music I make now.
Yeah, I guess it is. It's something that is quite a lot omitted. I've definitely omitted it. I did my stint in BIM where I had to suffer and learn sight reading and play to it live. And
Sight reading.
During an exam, they just give you like the sheet. They're like, there you go. You've 30 seconds to read over that and then play it back, and it's just so stressful. The
And do
environment.
you sing it back or play it?
Oh, I was playing the drums back. Yeah. So I mean, drums are a little bit, arguably, like drum scores are easier to read.
Arguably, you've got
yeah.
your limbs are doing something different when you're playing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you get used to it. That's not an excuse anymore. Apparently, that's not. They don't take that as an excuse anymore. But they're like, because we don't have to worry about keys and stuff, and then like sharps and whatnot.
You're not worrying about the key signature.
Yeah, not really. Like some drummers like to tune their snare to a certain note or key. I've never been into that. That's a bit too jazzy for me. Like that's I'm not too into it. So there's a couple of more things. Jeez, I'd love to ask you some more stuff, but I think the people would love to hear you play a song. What do you think? Are you up for playing a tune? Do you want to, or do you want to chill out? Yeah.
No, I'd love to play a song. I actually wrote a song a few days ago, so this is going to be a deMars Entertainment premiere.
Oh, stop. Do you know what? People are giving me these exclusives, and I just feel so honored. It's lovely. Like I'm only doing this like a short time, and it just feels so nice to do that. So awesome. Dovely, Niamh, I'm going to give you your own stage. You're going to see this after the video. You're going to have your lovely stage there. Bam. Nothing changes for you, actually, really, in your house.
Good.
But it changes for everybody else.
Okay.
So that's the best I can explain. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you very much. So I'll just say, This is it's in Griff Jailbird recently had one of his guitars in open D tuning, and I just picked it up and I was playing with it and I was like, this is lovely. So when I got home, I put this into open D and wrote this song. It's called Held You. I'm just using my computer microphone now, so I hope it comes across. But anyway, here we go. We never meant to settle down, but we got an awful dose. While the world was burning down, we pulled each other close. I didn't rush to say the words, you said them to me first. And now you've gone and changed your mind, and you're gone and it's the worst. I could shout in your face, but you wouldn't hear me. You just can't have a simple life. You can't live easy. I can't help, I cannot change the things you believe. I could scream in your ear, but you wouldn't hear me. The whole world is dying sick, and I'm sick to death of you. I never meant to slow you down, and you're holding me back too. You said we're mates in every sense, as animals and friends. I thought it might be sweet for once, but here comes the bitter end. I could shout in your face, but you wouldn't hear me. You just can't have a simple life. You can't live easy. I can't help, I cannot change the things you believe. I could scream in your ear, but you wouldn't hear me. I could shout in your face, but you wouldn't hear me. You just can't have a simple life. You can't live easy. I can't help, I cannot change the things you believe. I could scream in your ear, but you wouldn't hear me. I held you down, held you up, I held you down, held you up, I held you down, held you up, I held you.
Awesome. Fair play to you. That's amazing. Guys. Yeah, it actually... Thank God it did. You know, it just came across really nicely, because sometimes just straight onto through the mics don't always works, but it gave you some great justice there, and that's an awesome tune. Really cool, and thanks so much for giving us the exclusive, guys.
Pleasure.
Give Dove Lee it's very strange to call you Dove Lee now. Niamh, give Niamh a big round of applause. Give her some love in the chat. Lindsay just came in. Sorry, a bit late, Lindsay. No worries. And she said this is a great tune to come in on, though. So fantastic. Andrew Dooley, lovely song, Dove Lee.
Guess who that is?
That's somebody related to you, I guess, right? Are you paying him? Or is that you now with another computer now?
No, that's me there.
Oh, very good. Michael Arbader giving us the round of applause. We got Brendan Marsh giving us the round of applause. David Griffin giving us the love hearts and the fist. God, I love this. Seriously, like it's so different. Andrew's writing clap, clap, clap. See, we can compensate for the lack of, the audience. The chat is wonderful. The chat is alive. Yeah, it's great. Are you planning on recording this eventually as well, or
yeah. So basically, I'm going to be releasing a single called Carousel. You heard it at the deMars gigs, the transmission and the furniture gig. But going to release a tune called Carousel and use that as the basis to crowdfund an EP.
Brilliant.
And Held You and Whitey Houston will appear on that EP and 2 more songs, obviously, as well.
Amazing. And how are you going to record Carousel?
Carousel is actually recorded already. I went down to The Meadow, which is in Wicklow. I always confuse Wicklow and Wexford, but no, it's Wicklow, isn't it? Yeah, the top one.
I didn't know there were, yeah. I don't know where they are. No,
The Meadow, anyway, is a class studio that I went, and Carousel was recorded months ago, and it was supposed to be released months ago, but life got in the way, obviously. So Carousel's recorded, and then I just need to record 4 more tunes. So
brilliant. So you're gonna release them still one by one, right? Anyway,
Carousel's going to come out individually, and then I will release the full EP with Carousel as being one of the tracks on the EP. Maybe a bit after that,
Amazing. What's the best place you can guide people to your music? Where do you prefer to let people know?
So if you check out my YouTube, you'll find some of my original songs and some interesting covers that I've done. I'm going to be posting a video from Transmission Festival soon enough.
Yay. Yeah, that was some hassle.
Those files are so big. Oh my God.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't know that. I never knew they could get so big, but that's quality though.
Good, it's good, yeah. So there's going to be a new video of my song Whitey Houston going up on YouTube shortly, and I really like that performance of it. The obviously the crew at Transmission captured amazing footage and audio. So check me out on YouTube. On Instagram is where I post gig updates, so that if you want to keep abreast of what's happening with Dubh on a daily basis, Instagram, and then I post some weird stuff to SoundCloud, just unusual stuff that I work on.
Excellent. Oh, that's really cool. That's nice the way you have like an alternate sort of place where you can sort of put like demos and try stuff, right? Just kind of testing
electronic experimental stuff over on SoundCloud.
I have to check that out.
Trying out some different things, you know what I mean?
Cool. I'm not surprised. I mean, that's also, I posted Dubh's YouTube link in the chat there, guys. So if you're not following her now, or if you're not subscribed to her on YouTube, click that link, sub it. It'll just open up a new window. You won't lose us. Click that, sub her right now.
Do sub me. It helps.
Do sub her. It helps so much. Yeah, it really does. And she does have some amazing. She's not lying. She has some great covers up there, and just really good quality as well. Your recording's great. Like what do you use at home to record it?
So this is my Rode NT2A.
Snap!
Oh no way, same thing. Yeah.
Actually, no, yours is. Mine's NT1, I think. Actually, yours is better than mine.
Yeah. So I use that for all my vocals and to capture the acoustic guitar. And then I have a Focusrite 6i6 as my interface, and I don't have a bass guitar, so I've just been using an octaver pedal on a regular guitar to achieve bass. You know what I mean? Okay, that's my setup. It's simple enough, and I just have like a tambourine and that kind of thing. And
what more else could you want?
Exactly, percussion.
Fair play. That's great. Yeah, it's a nice setup actually. Do you want to close off with one song actually? Because I could. Yeah, I think we'll close. We could chat for a little bit more, but I think for the people at home, I think it'd be nice to. We did have a nice chat. These things are never long enough. I always find, especially when you're only this is the longest I think we've chatted, right? We've got a chance
definitely.
To chat, so it's lovely. It's lovely.
So the only thing is, I'm in open D, so I need a second just to tune up.
Yeah, that's all good. While Dubh is tuning up, guys. I just want to thank you all for tuning in to deMars Live episode 4 today. Give the stream a like on YouTube if you're enjoying it so far. Give us a sub if you haven't already, and you'll be notified of every time we go live. We go live with musicians Thursdays and Saturdays from 6 to 9, and Mondays, Tuesdays we do the gaming live soundtrack as well. So that's that. Dubh, are you still have a few seconds? Once, oh, great. So I can talk more about me. So happy days. Yeah. So let me know, guys, how you are enjoying the show today. Of course, Michael Arbeiter, definitely recommend her YouTube channel. Michael, I believe you won our one of our hampers, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. So don't you worry, those hampers will be sent out post haste. We are still kind of dismantling the festival, and there's a lot of stuff that we are a little bit delayed on, so appreciate your patience. Breda Dooley, I believe, is it? She's saying, love the new song, Neve. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am. That's my ma.
That's adorable. That's so nice. And Lindsay saying, yes, experimental music. Can't wait to check that out. Deadly, yeah. That would be great. I might, you know what? After this show, I will paste in it, because I know Dovely has a few different places maybe people can find her as well. So YouTube, and with different content, right? A little bit. So you could go Spotify, YouTube, and we could throw in the SoundCloud as well, just to get all the bases covered. Awesome. So without further ado, we're tuned up. We're ready to go. Let's bring Dovely onto our lit up stage here, our lovely stage. And
thank you very much. So I'm going to do a song of mine called Hollywood. Funnily enough, the title of this used to be HOLLYWOOD, like the place. But then I played it to my mom, and she suggested the name Hollywood, like WOULD, like a question, Hollywood. And it actually, like, thematically makes way more sense with the song. So thank you, ma'am, for that suggestion. Anyway, here we go. I didn't want to, but felt I should. I heard him whisper, Hollywood. My eyes were open, his were shut. His gun was pointing towards my foot. I was confused, he was convinced. Said, be my damsel, I'll be your prince. I felt alone, so I went along. He told me the words of every song. Ooh, I, ooh, I said I'd fight, tried to resist. That open hand curled to a fist, and feeling lost, I looked at you. You just shook your head and said, me too. I cast around for what is true. He laughs me down when I argue, and I am his, though he's not mine. If you ask him, well, that's just fine. Ooh, I, ooh, I lit a fire, a flame of doubt, but he was quick to put it out. Oh, little girl, don't be absurd. And then I wished I was a bird. And as it was, so it remains. The storm is over, but it still rains. He lets me rest, I'm often tired, and so the bird stays on the wire. Ooh, I, ooh,
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And I've heard you play that song live twice now, I believe, right? Is that the first song you opened up with?
I opened with on a transmission. I opened with Realists and then that song, and the same. I actually did a very similar set for the M Kelly Interiors gig.
Yes.
So that song came second. Yeah.
Yeah, it was convenient. They were the same set lengths, weren't they?
It was. I added the Lemon song for the M Kelly gig.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Extended a little bit.
Fantastic.
That's
good. Amazing. What song was this one called that you just played again?
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Oh, WOULD, right?
Yeah. It's on my YouTube. There's a version. Oh, is
brilliant.
that?
Are you getting a call? Are you?
Sorry.
No worries. You're meant to be finished now. We're a little bit delayed, so it's my fault.
No, I just closed the Firefox. It's all right. But yeah, Hollywood. There's a version of it on my YouTube channel. If you want to check it out.
Brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to. It's such a powerful song, I have to say. Like, for me, it just resonates with me so strongly. Just the tonalities, like just even the oohs you're saying already, and just the simplistic playing on the guitar is so powerful, right?
Yeah. That's the thing, simplicity. Like sometimes I beat myself up because I feel like I'm not doing anything complex enough. But like when, like that song "Held You," I did that just before that. It's such to me, it's like, oh my god, this is overly simplistic, and people are gonna like think it's silly or whatever. But like actually, I really mean it. So sometimes simplicity is like, you know, the key. I know it's like that song is simplistic and it's just ooze, but it's supposed to sound really like a person in distress, you know. And sometimes you don't say words when you're in distress.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very, very true. Yeah. Geez, I feel a little bit chills, you know, listening to it a little bit. So
good.
It definitely pulls me in. I have to get back into. I'm back. It's amazing how powerful music can be. I definitely am affected by music, you know. Obviously, when I'm working with a client, I have to pull away, and I'm like, okay, I'm working a job. Yeah. But when I'm going to gigs, obviously, and this is the thing I really miss, because I've been working more gigs where I'm like, you know, I'm a little bit stressed, obviously, or I'm busy, you know, I have to make sure everybody's okay. Yeah. Not necessarily stressed, but you know what I mean. Just,
you know, you're on the
a million things happening, and it's all good. You just got to tick all the boxes, make sure. But it's hard to sometimes take a chance to, you know, you get a couple of seconds or you know, a minute max where you can get lost. Yeah. Even just get lost in the music, you know. I miss that so much. Yeah. You know, going to a festival or going to a gig, and you're just a couple of cans, you know, and just get lost in it all. And oh god, you can still get a little bit of it though live, which is not like over these kind of situations, which is lovely. So thank you so much, Niamh, for taking the time.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, like it's so nice to kind of just you know, get to know you a little bit more. Yeah, and listen to some tunes. So thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to close off with? Anything you want to sort of advertise about yourself? You have your shameless promotion segment. Yeah, there, I'm losing my words here. So, Jesus.
Dubhley, if you're I'm sure it's written down there somewhere, but it's DUBHLEE. Do check me out on Instagram and YouTube. That's where I post most frequently, you know, for videos and for updates about where I'll be gigging online mostly these days. We'll
get you another gig. We'll get you there.
Oh, please do. Yeah. I've really enjoyed the last ones, and I'll be releasing a single soon, so yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Deadly. Yeah, send me a message as soon as that's coming up, so I can sort of mention it to these guys, mention it to the community here. Absolutely. As well. And thanks so much. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great one.
You too, man. Thanks for having me.
See you later. Bye. Amazing. Woohoo! So there's Dubhley, our first guest today, guys. What did you think of that? What an awesome chat. What a lovely two performances by her as well. Really enjoyed that. It was so nice. As you've heard there from our chat, we've worked twice already. Just this month, we've worked already twice, and so it's just lovely to get to know Niamh a little bit more. As you know, when I'm doing the gigs, it's very difficult to sort of chat to people. So this is what this is about: is to kind of get to know your local artists. And I'm definitely learning a lot and getting to know some wonderful people along the way. So thanks for tuning in. Claire Nolan's in the house. Claire, how's it going? I loved our chat on Thursday. I was still thinking about a few things that we talked about. So thanks so much for that. And Breda Dooley, you're welcome. I'm full of good suggestions. There you go. Mammy's good. Mammy's always great with the suggestions, I have to say, you know. big up all the mothers out there. You know, we don't give them enough credit. So fair play to you guys. We're gonna bring on Paj like in a couple of minutes. I just have to throw on our pick of the week, guys. Yes, pick of the weekend. My apologies, getting too ahead of myself here. Pick of the weekend is Lakewood, and it was selected by Rebecca Cappuccini, who has pre-recorded her segment today. So we're going to see if it works. I put it into the show, and Paj is going to join us directly after this. And I'm also going to take a quick toilet break, guys. So yeah, stay with us. We're not going anywhere. We've got 2 more amazing guests with us. We're going to do our pick of the week right now. And yeah, thanks for staying tuned in, guys. Here we go.
Happy Saturday, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Unfortunately, I can't be here live this week, so I sent in a pre-record. Ever honored that Kozak would ask me to review sounds. Like, what a beautiful thing to be able to do. An honorable mention to Patricia Lawler. She's 14 years old and she is putting music out there that is second to none right now. The Irish music industry is so exciting. The music that you guys are making right now is just empowering and incredible. I just am completely taken back by all the music I've heard this week. It was actually incredibly difficult to pick a song that I liked more than the rest this week. I have picked an artist. It is Luke Kavanagh. He is a Waterford-based artist. He is best known for Bankrupt, a Waterford-based 2-piece that make clangy, loud rock music, just the 2 of them, and they do a great job. So when he told me he was releasing his own solo project and that it was going to be completely different to what I'd heard before, I kind of was a bit taken back. I was like, what's going on here? And then the song came out yesterday. So this is how fresh this is. Lakewood, What I See in Me, is an incredible, chill vibed, lo-fi song with beautifully powerful lyrics and really smooth vocals. It's a short song as well, you know, so you're going to be wanting to press that replay button straight after you've heard it the first time, because you're going to want to submerge yourself in that sound again. It is so beautiful. I was genuinely unsure of what to expect from Luke. In what he does anyway, he's so good. He's got his own record company called Egg 12. I've been following his journey with that. He's got loads of bands on that label and they're all very exciting. So I don't really know why I was nervous about his song, but you know what it's like when you really, really like someone, you respect them and you like who they are. You're always a bit like, what if I don't like this song? But it turns out I like this song so much that I was like, no, this is the song I want to review this week. It is incredible. It's gentle and soft. It's really Sunday vibes, as I said. You're just going to want to know more about him. I cannot wait for the next Lakewood release, and he's only just put the one out there right now. His future is very bright in the industry. Everything about this man is kind and nurturing, and he does everything with so much passion and understanding. He's just completely incredible. Lakewood, What I See in Me, is one of the best songs I've heard since lockdown began, and that's saying something because there's so much beautiful music out there. So being able to review a track that has impacted me so much, or that has genuinely taken me by surprise. It was knocked for 6. I think I must have streamed it 7 times today alone, and I've been showing friends of mine and I've been sharing it and telling everyone about it. That's how inspiring this is to me. It's beautiful when you see someone's journey and their evolution, like his evolution through music and how he's changing as a person. Like that's a beautiful thing to be able to see in an artist. You don't get that often, you know. I always say go see the support act, because if your favorite band has valued this band so much, they're saying these are the guys who want to support us, then you're getting in ground level at a band that's about to skyrocket. And I think in this situation, Lakewood is not the last we're going to hear from Luke. Luke is just, lads, I cannot explain how cool he is. Hopefully you get to meet him one day on either, well, he's already done an interview for Bankrupt for me, but maybe Kozak will have him on. He's a good skin. But more than that, we're not here to talk about his
Stay longer, I'm begging you. please, feels like the end of it all. But these things come in threes. You're the big bad wolf, where the birds and the bees. You're the master where the puppets was contingency. I don't know, but I'm feeling kinda lonely. Wish it was me only, I was feeling cut and dry. Every time that I close my eyes, I don't know what I see in me. Stay longer, I'm begging you, please, feels like the end of it all. But these things come in threes. You're the big bad wolf, where the birds and the bees. You're the master where the puppets was contingency. I take 2 sugars in my tea, but not enough in my stride. Because lately I've been more of a coffee guy. You tell me you can barely sleep, and I tell you that you speak too much but don't talk enough. That you speak too much but don't talk enough. Could you
Alright guys, I just muted myself, so I'll just say that again. That was our pick for the weekend, and that was Lakewood with What I See in Me. Thank you, Rebecca, so much for giving us such a lovely review. You're definitely right about that song. It's absolutely fantastic and so short but sweet. You do want to listen to it again. So Rebecca, thanks so much for your time in sending us in that video. Please welcome our next guest. It's Paddy Groenland here with me live. How's it going, Paddy?
Yo, what's the story?
How are you keeping, man?
Not too bad. First of all, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Excellente. Okay.
All good.
More than one wire involved here in this.
I can see that. It's very professional. I mean, I'm going to have to ask you to play maybe 2 or 3 songs then, just to make it worth your while.
I gave myself about 40 minutes. It's like, I can do this in 40 minutes. Just got it done.
Fair play to you, man. I know the struggles of having to set up like for live stream. You know, I'm doing it 3 times a week with cameras, and this week was a little bit trickier. And needlessly, you know, I borrowed a camera. 2 cameras off Keith, who's been doing all the sound for all the festivals and the gigs and stuff, and I was like, why am I doing this? It's just taking me longer to set up. Is it much better for me visually? I'm not sure, but anyway,
that all important profile shot.
Absolutely, yeah, the side shot. I'm gonna get the keyboard shot as well, you know, for when I do my gaming soundtrack nights on Tuesday. You have to. But such a pleasure to chat to you, and we spoke very briefly at the Crystal Skull sessions as well. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe. Would it have been 2 years ago? Maybe it's been a year. I don't know. Time is a bit strange.
A lot of time has passed, yeah. A lot of time has been felt. Time has been felt stronger. I think it was only 1 year ago, actually. But I'm glad I finally made it on, because I couldn't make it to the finals that night because I got sick. I know. And then I was going to play another gig for you recently, and then we had this COVID scare. Luckily, it turned out that the person in question related to us didn't have it, but we were all kind of freaked out for a few days. So yeah, finally, third time lucky, here I am. Third time lucky.
I'm such a persistent person, you know. I can't let someone go once I get my eyes on them, and I know that sounds so weird.
It's a good quality, actually. It's a good quality.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like, so when I first saw you, and it was it. No, you were solo, weren't you? And then I saw you as a band separately, right? I think it was. I feel like I've seen you twice live.
I remember doing this. The thing is, you know, those Shin gigs, they kind of roll into all the one experience. I was there a few times last year. I was doing like a live solo thing for a Jeff Buckley tribute night, and then we did the Crystal Skull definitely one night. But sure, look, here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Solo
finally
tonight, yeah.
Absolutely.
No one to support me tonight.
Yeah, it's great, and like you have a lot of influences that are from all over the world. So this is what fascinated me about yourself, is that you seem very well traveled. From seeing your posts, and you've been to so many. I think, was Brazil one of the most recent places you've been to?
That'd be the most recent. Yeah, we came back from Brazil because my missus is from Brazil, and so I was there visiting her family. We came back on March 3rd, something like that.
Just before Jesus,
exactly, just before we moved gaff, and then it was all a bit mad, to be honest. It was kind of like another universe. Although, like, you're there in Brazil and you're watching the news, and you're like, imagine if you're in Ireland and you're watching these, you're like, I couldn't reach this island, could it? When you're in Brazil, you're like, could it really come over? But there's an inevitability to it there. But like, we were watching it and we're kind of, it's a bit like, especially when you're on holiday, it's a bit like a dream, you know. But so yeah, it's all came back from Brazil fresh, like with loads of ideas and energy and like plans and projects and stuff. Obviously some of them have been put on hold. Some other ones have taken, the way some of the ones that require no other people involved, they've kind of jumped to the fore. And actually what's happened with my songs is I've become kind of more self-sufficient. So I was doing a bit of live streaming just to kind of do anything over lockdown, just to have some sense of, that gig feeling, that little, okay, you have to perform now. And it's weird when you're so used to it on a daily, sometimes like 3-4 times a week, you're like, oh, what's that feeling, that like kind of rushed feeling of like, when you're in a comfortable like amount of rush, you know what I mean, not too much, but then like too little is what a lot of us are experiencing now. We're getting we've learned to live to deadlines, and now there's no deadline. It's like, oh, all right, okay.
Yeah, everything's slowed down, and there doesn't seem to be perhaps as much pressure perhaps to create, I wonder.
Like, which is in principle I think it's a great thing. It's just we're not trained for that. The way money works, the way the economy works has meant that we're not really trained to do it. And to go from one thing so suddenly to another thing, I mean, I'm trying not to just talk about the situation, but so I'll try and talk about music a bit instead.
We could talk whatever you feel like talking about. This is open floor. It's interesting because it's like some people fell harder and than others, right? So everybody had a different level and anything in between, and some people benefited more from the world slowing down. So it's very interesting to kind of get that perspective and go, we were moving quite fast as a society, as a humanity, or how big or small we want to view the picture. The world became very fast. And I wonder if this was a time for some people to kind of catch up almost with the world. I was kind of talking about it with
That's
my friend.
That's a good way of putting it, because like we were actually, maybe we realized actually we're flying around. Actually, the normal state is flying. Like So hopefully there's some sort of balance now. But yeah, I just come back from Brazil then, and all this amazing Brazilian experiences there for Carnival, and had all the rhythms in my head, and so that's the most recent trip. About 3 years ago, I was in West Africa and Brazil as well. But West Africa was the big trip that year, and so a lot of the stuff that I was doing for the next year or two got really influenced by that time spent in playing.
How long did you spend there?
2 months, but I was there with nobody else. I was just kind of in the middle of a place where no Westerners normally go, so it was a really hardcore experience. My Leaving Cert French was really put to the test there. So came into its own. That's great. But yeah, the thing was, then I got really into that for a while, and it kind of permeated everything that I'm doing in some sort of way. These days I'm kind of releasing my songs as Paj, and it's something that I've wanted to do for years, but I never really had it's not that I guess I didn't have the courage, but I was always surrounded by loads of amazing singers that I was often the backing singer and the guy playing guitar and backing singing, and which is cool. But it's the last year and a half, particularly 2 years, have been like just me doing my thing, center stage, kind of finding out a new part of myself as well, because I'm a middle child and kind of a bit like, I'm not always the first person to speak kind of thing. And so often when
you're the gentleman of the family.
I'm not sure if that's how my family would describe it. The gentle appearance, gentle
person.
appearance was, yeah, exactly.
Gentle facade. Okay.
There it is, exactly.
So what inspired you to go to West Africa? Actually, I'd be so curious to know, like, what.
It's kind of a hard one to explain. I don't know. I got really into the sound of that music, and the sound of the guitar is just so like, I'll show you actually.
Yeah, please. Yeah, go on.
There's often like quite a kind of a scratchy sound, which isn't like, it's not really like by classical standards or by like rock standards, or even it's quite dirty. And it's like there's a lot of and it sounds almost bluesy sometimes if you slow it down, like, but it's all really kind of, it's got this kind of sound that comes from the desert. Basically, it's like this hard and incredibly like no moisture in the air kind of sound.
What instruments would they interpret it to? Onto acoustic guitar as well, or
yeah, that's actually a really good question, because they have like these. There's a couple of like native instruments, or like native to the region, the whole West African region. One would be like the embalophone, which is like the xylophone, which you play with sticks, and it's wood instead of like metal or glass or whatever. So it's just made of wood, and that's quite a hollow sound, very fast. And another one is the ngoni, which is like basically a banjo. Yeah, basically a banjo, or more like a mandolin or something. 4 strings, no frets. Not giving great examples here, but this kind of flicky sound of like 2 strings at the same time.
Okay.
That kind of sound. And yeah, the previous one was the embalophone.
That's interesting.
Kind of this like bigger open sound. And there's one more which I'm not thinking of, but there's a couple of, what's happened basically is they've all kind of been funneled into the guitar. So the guitar is now this mixture of all the ethnic
all
sounds.
the others, all the instruments.
So like the process of like globalization has meant the guitar is like now one of the dominant instruments. But so that's why when you go there to study guitar, you're studying all of the history of the place basically, and you're through that you're learning about the tribes and about the different customs, and because it's all kind of wrapped in together. You don't just go there and go like, I will take a lesson now. You like it,
it's all a part and parcel
basically, and you have to go and eat food with the family and eat with your hands and stuff, and it's like there's a whole ritual there. So
what context would they play the music in? Is there different contexts that they would play this type of music? Is it's obviously celebrations, but is there any other kind of ceremonial things like that?
There's like weddings are actually a big thing. The whole wedding, geez, I could go on about the wedding thing for ages there. It's just a very different practice. There's a whole week long basically of
celebrations,
ceremonies from Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday is the wedding day. And then the first thing you see is a bride and groom just driving away then on the start of the Sunday. And then you're left with all the women, extended females in the family, extended family who are women. All the men have gone somewhere, not quite sure. But then the musicians are all male, nearly all male.
Okay.
No, they are all male. So it's just all male musicians and playing for all the women. And then there's 1 or 2 men, maybe. No, they're all musicians, I think about it. So there's a weird kind of dynamic there. And it's good crack though. And so I kind of had to worm my way in there to be allowed to play. I ended up playing 2 different weddings with 2 different kind of tribal groups.
Play. Wow.
Yeah, it was good. It was a high point. I was like, yes, okay, I got in. Like
you got in there. You've been accepted.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you're sorry, there was a little bit of. I think we're getting a little bit of lag hither and thither, but I think we're okay. I think we can.
A little bit of lag here. Sorry, I'm on a wireless connection, unfortunately.
That's okay. I was going to say, because you're saying obviously where you went, not many it's not your typical holiday, right? So would they have seen a white person before, off like a lot of them, or would have been?
Yeah, but enough, like not regularly enough that they wouldn't be following me down the street, shouting "white man" at me. So it's kind of somewhere in between, you know, but like in a funny way.
Yeah.
And,
that's amazing. It's fair play to you, man, for doing that. Like it's very brave to do things like that, because it's not something, unfortunately, that it's common anymore for people to be sort of explorers in themselves. We tend to fall into like these trendy places to visit, you know, unfortunately. And
I mean, there's kind of a privilege there that I could do that, like, but and at the same time, the whole explorer thing has all this kind of colonial kind of connotation to it, but like for me, music has allowed me to do that. It's been the passport to a lot of places, and like I had this experience a couple of times in Mali. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm a musician. They'd be like, oh, and then I'd name one or two Malian musicians that I liked, or the tribes that I kind of liked, and their eyes would light up and they'd be like, oh, okay, and they'd trust me, you know. But up until that point, people would be like, oh, who are you, like a French businessman or something, or do you own a mining company or something? I was like,
oh yeah, some ulterior
unfortunately
motive.
No.
Yeah,
but most of the other white people, unfortunately, are there kind of exporting
to take advantage of.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's there's a lot going on there. Like it was quite intense, and at the end I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can do that again. Not for a while, do you know. So it was I mean, I appreciate you saying fair play to me, but it was one of the most intense things I ever did. I see, my dad is Dutch and my two brothers have foreign wives, and then I'm married now to a Brazilian woman recently enough, so we have this, there's a vibe in the family that I didn't really think about, of just traveling, and we moved around a lot when we were younger, from Holland, Belgium, and around Ireland. So more than other families, we kind of just got used to moving around.
You were used to moving around,
exactly.
And we're obviously enveloped in different cultures and different traditions, of course, as well.
That's it. So you get used to kind of saying hello to new people, being like, oh, okay, now I'm here.
Yeah, it's almost part of your DNA almost. It's just you don't think about it. It's almost habitual, perhaps.
Like, having said that, I've only ever moved away to learn music. So to be honest, I'm always really impressed by people who just decide, like, all right, I'm going to another country
without any passion tied to it.
I'm just like, oh, like my wife, I'm just going to go to Ireland to study English. And now
that's the same as my wife. My wife Anna is from Brazil. She's from São Luís, the very north. And same situation, you know, looking for a better life, because unfortunately you have to speak English, you know, in this world to have a better life, or you have to be part of the Western world to predominantly. I know it's not the end all be all, but it's definitely advantageous, isn't it, to be speaking English. You know, I mean, obviously everybody has
doors.
It's just the way it is.
Time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the moment, I don't know. At the moment now, I'm thinking like, wow, I was actually quite lucky to be able to do that. Now that it's not possible to do that, you know, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Just the concept of that thing.
Yeah.
You know?
What I do for a holiday, or like just to break away for like, I'm like really would love to break away for a month or two. Like, obviously everybody's feeling that, so I'm not feeling alone. I'm not getting depressed about it or anything, but I'm like, wow, you know, it's like so many people have planned as well for the summer, and you know, it's and with music as well, of course, there's so many gigs and stuff like that. But it's amazing how we can all adapt. Like, I love the human instinct, the human behavior, able to adapt and create alternative sort of ways of connecting to each other and expressing themselves.
Who needs Electric Picnic? This is basically
this is digital picnic, you know. So, Paj, with that said, would you like to play a tune for us?
Yeah, do you want me to play two tunes or something, just so I know to pace myself?
Yeah, if you want to bang out two in a row, and then
that's cool.
Because I've been talking a little bit too much with my guests today, and I promised people listening that they're going to get more music, so I have been obeying myself.
I'm going to play a new song, and then I'll play the new single. Unless, do you want me to not play the new single, so then you can play? I don't know if you're playing tunes in between.
You know what? Is your new single Superman?
Sure is.
Dude, I played that on Thursday for you.
Week, right? Oh, Thursday.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think
you're
it was
not planning
Thursday.
to play it like in between an interlude or something. Cool. I'll play
No,
it today.
because
So brilliant.
I want you to I want to hear the acoustic version.
Okay, challenge accepted. All right.
I've given you the floor. Take it away, brother.
So this is a new song called She's the Breaths. I just forgot to do that turn on original sound thing, so I did it now. Hopefully it sounds a bit better. We'll find out. All right. She's the breath that takes my life away. She's the wind that calls you to say, all these waking hours revive my dreams. Kindness, share your life for some to me. From her body sprang the greatest wealth. When I made you smile, my form was felt. You possess the knowledge of the tides. I never learned to share, that's unkind. Like the heartbeat of a stone I beat. There's a corner in this room for me, watching for the moment of defeat. I say wonder up to me. Thanks.
Yeah, wonderful song, wonderful. Guys, give Paj. I'm with Paj at the moment here, and he's giving us 2 for the price of 1 right now. And give him some love in the chat. Give him some emotes, and just show him the love. Show him the love for giving us a couple of tunes and for expressing himself here with us. I'm gonna mute myself again, and I'm gonna let Paj take it away again.
Thanks, everyone. I'll be scrolling through those emojis afterwards. It's doing better than anything I've put out before. It's been played on RT a couple of times. My mum heard it one night. It was a very happy moment in our relationship together. And so it's called Superman, and it's kind of a bit ironic. Ironic, maybe it's not the word. A bit playful, playfully named. It's like everyone wants to be Superman. Everyone wants to do the best they can. It's kind of about the pressure we put on ourselves and therefore on others by projecting those pressures. And it was something I wrote last year actually, but then it really came into its own during lockdown. Particularly just this feeling of, we're in lockdown, we have to do loads of stuff to achieve all our goals, and I think we know how that turned out. So anything done was kind of a bonus, but it was it's kind of just about being kind to ourselves basically. There's a line there that I borrowed from Blind Boy's podcast. On one of his CBT episodes, he was talking about this mantra for cognitive behavioral therapy that says, "I'm no better than no one else and no one's better than me," which I loved, so I sang it twice. So watch out for that part. Okay. Everybody wants to be a Superman. Everybody wants to be the best they can. Everybody wants to be brother, not doing so well. Ooh, lover, your song makes our hearts swell. The voices pulling you around, but don't let them bring you down. You're doing your best with the 2 feet in the past. The wheels are moving much too fast. If we can slow down before it's too late to get off. Put your hand in mine and we'll take off. Everybody wants to be a Superman. Everybody wants to be the best they can. Everybody wants to be a Superman. Yeah, everybody wants to be. At times I just won't respect you. Sometimes it feels like they just want to correct you. Well, keep in mind that there's a flame that burns within your heart to keep you warm and safe, keep you from harm. Here we go. Remember, I'm no better than no one else. No one's better than me. I'm no better than no one else. No one's better than me. Everybody wants to be Superman. Everybody wants to be the best they can. Everybody wants to be a Superman.
Don't you know I don't wanna be? Everybody wants to be a Superman. Yeah, everybody wants to be the best they can. Yeah, everybody wants to be some kind of Superman. Yeah, everybody wants to be. Ooh, everybody wants to be a Superman. Everybody wants to be. Ooh, everybody wants to be kind of Superman. Ooh, everybody wants to be.
Absolutely nailed it. Nailed it, guys. I'm here with Paj. Guys, give him a big, massive round of applause through the chat there. Give him some love. Stephen Brennan, our next guest, says, damn, he's got reverb. Giving you the L round of applause. Lindsay's giving you the L round of applause. Guys, keep them coming. I'm here with Paj. I shared his link here in the chat there, so do click on it. Paj Music, it's right there. It's so easy to do. Click that link. It's going to open up in a separate tab. Click on it, give him a like, give him a follow, and then come back in with us. We're not going to disappear, but definitely support this wonderful gentleman.
Thank you so much, Kozak.
Listen, it's my pleasure, man, and I wish there was more time to chat to you. There's actually ridiculous amounts of things I still want to ask you, so it just means we're going to have a part 2. But I wanted to actually, one thing I wanted to know is about, you have a lot of people that you worked with for this song. Can you tell us a little bit about the people involved?
Yeah, I was just thinking as I was starting the song, I was like, I should have mentioned all those collaborators.
See, that's what I'm here for, man. I got you covered.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, so on the official release, we have 2 amazing backing singers. Well, actually, 2 that I work with quite a lot. Zini Summers, who I used to play with in Feda, and she does stuff for the Waterboys. She does backing vocals for the Waterboys. So she's big time. She's amazing. And Rob de Boer, who's another brilliant singer. He's also a half Dutch Irish man like me, and he's got his own band called Rob de Boer, and I play bass in that band. So there's a tight vibe there. And then Zini was singing on Rob's latest thing as well. So, and then on trumpet, who could I forget? Uli. He's Uli. He's so hot right now. He's so good though, man. He's such an inspiration, and he actually gave me the inspiration to kind of finish this track, to go on with that vibe, because I love, check out his music, Uli. And on bass we had Joe Furlong, who actually is in the same studio here with James Vincent McMorrow occasionally. He's his bass player, so he's amazing. And then Fiacre Kinder, last but not least, the man who played drums on Taking Me to Church. So
that's unbelievable, man.
It's
You're
crazy,
working with
man.
so
It's
many
crazy.
amazing musicians.
On his Instagram, he's like, this snare has been streamed more than 1 billion times.
Oh, God.
So if you go and look at Take Me to Church, I was like, how many is it now? It's like more than 1 billion. It's like, damn.
Holy shit.
So yeah, between that crew, there's like, yeah, a lot of everything basically. But I got kind of lucky, man, because it was just the timing of it, you know. And I know all these people, and I was like, I'm gonna chance my arm asking one of them. And then it just snowballed. I was like, why not get as many people as possible? And it was just in that first month of lockdown where there was a lot of goodwill. Not that we're all kind of covered up, holed up, crusty again, but like, remember that first month, everyone's like, new possibilities, everyone was really like trying to find new ways to do things. And also a lot of the musicians were kind of sitting around, just like myself. So they were like, oh, please, I'd love to do it. Yeah, give it to me, I'll do it. Like,
there was definitely opportunities there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there still are, like, just that willingness to do stuff remotely. I think that's kind of a cool thing. That's at least one silver lining for
absolutely.
So,
and to change, kind of, to accept the change that there is, isn't it? That's
exactly.
You really have to accept it.
There's a lot of, I don't know, it also, you know, if anyone's listening and they're thinking, there's that thing I'd like to do, you have to just ask people. Do you know, I was really on the verge of not asking some of those people, like, and I was like, they might say no, and then I'll feel stupid over it, but like, worked out. So you never know. People are often just waiting waiting to be asked stuff, waiting to be asked.
Absolutely,
we're delighted to do things.
Yeah, 100%. That's well said, man. That's it, guys. Yeah. Nice. So if you're listening there, like seriously, just
self-help.
We're giving out the self-help here, courtesy of Paj. Paj is giving us a little bit of his pointers, and he's totally right. It our minds create these boundaries. It's like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I don't want to be bothering anybody, and it actually happens a lot. I've noticed that a lot in the Irish culture. Irish people tend to sort of. Yeah, it's like, dude, people love to be when people are asked, they feel privileged that you're contacting them, no matter who you are. You don't need a reputation or anything.
Exactly.
Just to be
Even
polite.
if you play drums on Hosier's album, Fiacre's is like, yeah, cool, deadly,
unbelievable. And you're not the only person that has done this as well. There's so many. We spoke to Joe S last week, who released his single as well, Lockdown, and he got so many amazing musicians on it as well, and producers and masterers, that were just like, almost untouchable, So and dude,
normally you would feel like those people are kind of in a different circle or whatever, but even sometimes at the moment as well, people are still, some things you still have to pay for, but people will be like, oh yeah, I'll do it for a little bit less, or I support that or whatever. So I don't know, I'm definitely into looking at the opportunities right now.
Yeah,
for sure. Like,
absolutely, man. And what kind of like projects are you still doing now? Obviously I know there's the break and stuff, but because you're with Danny as well, and the
Danny's Major Sevens.
Yes, is that still happening? I love that video that you did. It's really
Danny's
good.
my brother. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there you go. I'm glad I mentioned that then.
So I'm kind of glad now that we don't get confused with each other anymore.
But, no, I wouldn't have thought. No way. No way.
So he's like, so that was another reason. One of the things I was saying, like when I was a couple of years ago, I was like a bit shy to start my own thing, because like I was playing guitar for his band, and he's a great singer. He's got great songs and everything.
He is a fantastic singer, actually. I have to say, big ups to him. Yeah. But
man.
so are you.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, beautiful singer.
There's the Danny G thing. There's Rob DeBoer, play bass in his band, and Zini as well. I played some guitar for her thing. She's part of this new X Collective. You might have come across them. And so she's kind of starting her thing as well, and she's from Nigeria. She was born in Germany, but Nigerian parents. So her music has got a mad cool West African thing, so I can kind of bring some of my West African licks into that thing. So awesome. For the moment, that's the main thing. Sure, we'll see. I'm open.
Yeah. Do you? But here, you heard it here, guys. You heard it here live. All right. You shouldn't say that to me.
Man,
you know what I'm
my
like.
DMs for 30 minutes only, guys. All right.
Oh, I absolutely love it, brother. Listen, is there anything else you'd like to sort of just give a shout out or a mention? First of all, thanks so much for taking the time.
Pleasure. Totally.
So nice to connect with you now.
Just get on Spotify and give that Superman song a couple of streams.
Yes.
That's all I ask of you. And if you don't do that, go in peace and have a great weekend anyway.
That's so beautiful. Oh, well put. All right, awesome. Paddy Patrick, or Paj is your project, right?
Exactly,
so you don't go by that, I guess.
It's kind of turned into my thing is the way it started. Not to keep it on any longer, but my Brazilian friends, they couldn't say Paddy. As you probably know, it's like everything gets abbreviated.
Yeah.
So it's like Paj, and that turned into Paj. And then my niece started saying it as well. She's like, Paj. So I was just like, okay, that's the name.
I like it. I called you. Yeah, I've been calling you Paj with a harsh J.
Yeah, so in the latest PR release, I put out Paj as in Taj Mahal, and then everyone was like, oh.
Because I remember speaking to you on the phone, and you said Paj, and ever since, because I love that sound.
Right.
You don't have it in English language, really.
That's maybe the source of this. Yeah, the confusion. Exactly.
And in Polish, my parents are Polish, so we have like 6 different Z sounds.
That's ridiculous.
Z.
And my sister-in-law is Polish as well. She's got a really long name.
We tend to with a lot of consonants. Usually at the end of the alphabet.
At least 2 Z sounds in her name now.
Oh, you have to. You're not really Polish unless you have a Z sound in there, or an SH, or a ski somewhere even.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Paj, absolute pleasure once again, and have a wonderful weekend. And I'm looking forward to.
Thanks again for having me on.
Yeah, listen, my pleasure. I'm looking forward to. Best of luck with the new single, Superman, guys. Do listen to that. It's on Paj's link that I sent, and yeah, best of luck. Keep me in touch if you're doing anything else. Just fly me a message. The bridge has been created now between us. So anytime, don't be a stranger.
The neurons are firing on all cylinders. Yeah, man, I'll be on again. Don't worry, I'll be here again for sure.
Best of luck with everything, brother. Take it easy.
Peace. Thanks.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, make some noise for the wonderful Paj, our second guest this evening. Yeah, what a wonderful conversation, and what a beautiful 2 songs as well that we got from him. Anthony McManus, hello everybody, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us, and thanks to anybody else that has been staying tuned in or has just tuned in. We have had 2 wonderful guests, and we are closing off with another fantastic guest, Stephen Brennan, from his project called Cozy Bots, and we played their EP, his EP, on the Tuesday night stream, as I mentioned before, and just before my computer crashed. It was that good. It just overwhelmed my technology. So we're going to have a chat with him now in a couple of seconds. I'm going to just play one more song before we bring on our final guest. And yeah, let me know, how are you guys keeping out there? Yous all good? Thanks for tuning in on this Saturday evening, by the way. How are yous? Are yous all right? Are yous enjoying the chat? Let me know. Give me an L. Everything. Give me a thumbs up. Everything's okay. I've disconnected from Facebook, so we're only streaming now on YouTube. So YouTube and a bit of Twitch. Yeah, we got one Twitch viewer. So actually, whoever's on Twitch, because you're on your own there. If you want, you can make that YouTube a 10. So and there's a lot more stuff happening in our YouTube chat. So, and of course, yeah, anybody that, if you're enjoying the stream, do give us a like on the video. It does help us stay consistent throughout all of our video releases. So a like on our YouTube video would really much appreciated, and give our page a follow as well. We're trying to build a community greater and stronger in support of local music and music in general. We also have some links in the description as well on how to become a deMartian. It's pretty simple. You just click on the link and you're taken to a group page on Facebook where you are basically within a community of us where we have our discussions, have our chats, and we can also talk about upcoming shows. And I'll also be announcing our greatest deMartian supporter every month. Work in progress, still trying to figure all this out, but there's a lot of new things happening and you can be part of it too, so please do get involved. And we also have a tipping link there as well if anybody feels they'd like to contribute. We got a couple of expenses like Zoom, Caster, which is our multi-streaming thing, and Streamlabs, which is our streaming software, but there's no need to tip at all. I'm just letting you know that that's there. So yeah, guys, I'm going to play our next and last bit of pre-recorded music anyway, and this is by Thomas Murphy Young, who is a Waterford singer-songwriter, and he was actually presented to me by Rebecca Cappuccini, who is a huge Waterford supporter. And I know I kind of look a little bit like I'm getting infected by radiation or something there, don't I? So I might change that a little bit. But yeah, she's an amazing Waterford supporter, as many of you know her at this stage. But I'm afraid to even change this now because I don't know what it's going to look. This song is called Human Pillows.
Baby, don't you know?
Mick Joyce, thank you for the like, brother. And Sean McThrenfer, thank you for the like as well.
Why'd you leave in such a hurry? Baby, don't you know it's a words I've barely spoken. Come back to bed. All I want is just a slow dance. One thing watching, that's my bed lamp, moving slowly under covers. Human pillow Sundays, you know, eyes closed, slowly taking off the bed clothes from your fingers to your tiptoes. Oh, human pillow Sundays, you know. And the hours slip by when you're cradled in my arms, dear. Don't you know there's nothing needed done today? So close your eyes and feel me wrapping up around you, duvet resting there above you. It's a lazy day. All I want is just a slow dance. One thing watching, that's my bed lamp, moving slowly under covers. Human pillow Sundays, you know, eyes closed, slowly taking off the bed clothes from your fingers to your tiptoes. Oh, human pillow Sundays, you know.
All right, Human Pillows, by Thomas Murphy Young, everybody, and that's our last bit of music for this evening. Our last bit of pre-recorded music. We're gonna get some more live music. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're gonna bring on our final guest. Last but not least, we've got Stephen Brennan in the house. Yes. Also known, his project is known as Cozy Bot, and he's a Dublin-based musician who's played in a variety of different bands across many different genres. And before COVID struck, he was playing in the Dublin live music circuit with his band, the Foreign Nationals. So he says that the lockdown gave him the opportunity to revisit a lot of tunes that he recorded before or through his EP, and he remastered them. And yeah, amazing. Yeah, so Cozy Bot, we actually played the EP, as I mentioned before, on Tuesday, and it was absolutely fantastic. So let's bring Stephen Brennan onto the show, guys. Make some noise. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, how's it going, man?
Can't hear you. 1 second.
No worries, no worries. These things take time sometimes.
Here, just give me 1 sec.
All good, all good, all good.
Okay, I can hear you. All good.
Brilliant. Yeah, loud and clear, Stephen. How are you keeping, brother? Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, great, man. Yeah, just hearing, having great chats and listening to some lovely music. I'm sure you've heard yourself being tuned in, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, appreciate.
Yeah, Dubh and Paj were awesome as well. So
Yeah, listen, I appreciate your patience. I appreciate the fact that you stayed tuned in and interacted with the show and been part of it. Like, that means a lot. Before your interview, before you're even on the show, which is amazing. So fair play to you. I'm getting a little bit of feedback off you within your sound system. Well, it's like a hissing kind of sound thing. I don't know if it's a loose cable maybe or something.
it could be my mic. It's fairly. I have to jack the gain on my mic pretty high, or else I've got to like speak like this, and it's.
Oh, no worries. Better? You know what? It is actually a little bit better. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of it now and then, but you know what? I think while we're talking or while you're talking, it's okay. So we can still work with it. It's not crazy or anything. So how have you been, man? How have you been keeping?
Yeah, pretty good. It's been a kind of hectic few days. I think I've never really done an EP release before, or even like released any kind of album before. Like before this, I've just really been like a live musician. So this is completely new for me, and as well as that, like the genre of music is completely new as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's very good music. I really, I wasn't, I didn't know what to, you never know what to expect sometimes when people send you music. It's always many varieties of different genres that people choose to make. And what made you kind of go into this this kind of chill kind of genre, or what would you call it yourself even?
I don't know. I don't really. Yeah, I guess like genre-wise, it's probably somewhere between like synthwave and those lo-fi
vibe, defo.
On YouTube.
It's so funny. I'm hearing so much lo-fi recently, and even on this show today, we've played like at least 2 lo-fi tunes, which is great because I love lo-fi, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so easy to listen to, and it's like great for studying or focusing or whatever. Like, I mean, like I don't know how it kind of came about, but it seemed to kind of come out of nowhere, and then suddenly on YouTube, you've got these videos with like hundreds of millions of views, and it's just all these guys, like especially in lockdown, like everybody kind of working from home and listening together on YouTube, which is pretty kind of new way of people coming together, I guess. So.
Yeah, because they actually have live videos, or just like literally an animation of like a girl writing, and it's like lo-fi 24 hours a day, and people just tune into it and can chat as well while they work, which is it's an awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah, never seen that before.
But I wonder, like these musicians are just kind of these anonymous guys, like working from the shadows. So.
Yeah. Are you like how are you finding that transition actually to be kind of working almost in the shadows, right? A little bit.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess like with the Cozy Bot stuff, like the name kind of came a little bit from that idea of, you've got these YouTube channels and they're running all the time with this music, and the music is like it's not something you can really sing along to. It's just kind of there in the background while you're doing other stuff. But I was kind of thinking like, who's making this music, and like, is it the case where it's just like some algorithm generating it, or whether it's real people? But yeah, like the music itself was all like written in 2018 on the train. So I used to live in Cork, and I'd be coming up to Dublin every second week. So it's like 6 hours of train travel back and forth. So I was kind of initially spending it like reading or like napping, and I was kind of like, I could just bring a laptop and make some music instead, and that's kind of where the whole thing came from.
And how did it work with like when you were using Ableton, right? So how did it work with? Did you have a MIDI controller of sorts, or how did that work to sort of use a keyboard?
So all the instruments were recorded using the laptop keyboard. So Ableton has this kind of virtual keyboard thing. So you'd be sitting there like typing frantically while it's recording,
and like
going back and dragging all of the MIDI back so it's like in time, and then trying to create like. So like one thing I really like the sound of is this kind of in the pocket sound that you get, like when you've got a bassist and a drummer who really click together. There's this kind of groove going, but trying to replicate that in electronic music is just
it's hard to do. It's very commendable if one can do it. Like it's a tricky task. It's a worrying task for me because I'm a drummer myself. So the more people know how to do that, the less, no, I'm only kidding. But like, no, it's an amazing feat to do that, because I use Ableton myself, and I couldn't do anything without my MIDI controller. Like it's a lot of work. It's a lot to be doing. So fair play to you for
I think it's just
having the
patience when you're bored for 3 hours. I want to get this sound, but I can't get it without like actually like, especially there's a lot of like clavinet and stuff through the album. Like a lot of that kind of like, I really wanted to capture that Stevie Wonder like kind of percussive sound, and you really can't program it. Like it has to be like, you have to have that, even if you're just bashing on the table. It's more
the feel. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's crazy. How did you get into music?
So I got a harmonica when I was like 5, and then I've just been jumping around since then. I think I started playing guitar when I was like 14, but I tried like a variety of different instruments on the way. And then when I was like 16, I was in like a jazz bar and heard like the blues for the first time, and that was kind of like a big kind of turn point for me. So like all the other music I play live, especially with like my band, was all pretty much like straight up blues stuff.
Awesome.
And then this is just completely different.
and you played guitar, was it, for that, or which instrument were you playing?
Yeah, so I did guitar and singing for that. So we did kind of like Sinead and Fibbers and those kind of like live music bars. But unfortunately, like obviously with COVID, then there's no timeline for us getting back to that. So
Have I met you before?
Was there?
Have I met you before?
No, I don't think we've actually met in person. I think our band were like on the verge of entering one of those Crystal Skull session things.
No way.
Can't remember what happened, but it just didn't it didn't kind of then when I
Didn't pan
started
out.
seeing the deMars live thing, I was like, oh, it's Crystal Skull sessions. Shit, we
That's-
should have entered
that's-
that stuff. So
That's funny. That's so funny. Yeah, I stopped. We stopped a little bit before the COVID. I think we had our last final in January, and then we had to take a break just to reconfigure things and whatnot. But I thought I recognized you, and then I realized we were friends on Facebook. I don't know when we became friends. We must have been friends for a while, I think. Was it? Or am I
yeah,
mistaken?
maybe. I guess it was like just adding lots of people from the music scene
Yeah,
as well.
I do the same. Yeah, I actually do the same. So like I'm totally there with you. Yeah. So it's like, but I thought I
friends
recognized
who are
you.
just like friends with absolutely everyone involved in the music scene. Like I think like
It's
I've
the
got
way to
friends
do it,
from-
man.
Yeah, like there's a guy, Sean Masterson, who I went to college with, and he just seems to know absolutely everyone. It's like
Yeah, that's a very familiar name now. I might have known him actually.
nearly definitely do, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Like it's all about the networking in this industry, and even during, especially really during times like these, it's a great opportunity, as we were speaking with Paj, to network with people, because there's obviously, people are a little bit off their regular tempo. They're functioning a little bit slower because they obviously can't work full force. So there are opportunities and spaces. Obviously pending the person, everybody's going through it differently, right? Of course, we can't
absolutely, yeah.
expect somebody to be able to, but there's a greater chance, it seems, to kind of get in touch with those sort of harder to get people, or anyway, just people anyway in general. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think like as well as that, like I think the landscape of how we collaborate is probably going to change pretty drastically because of this. Like even going forward after this, is it going to be the case where like this network of musicians is going to become more global, and that you could message someone from the States, and because of this COVID thing, they'll have the equipment that like they need to record and do a drum track for you, for instance, or like is it going to make musicians more available to work together? So I guess that could be a positive that could come out of all of this.
Absolutely, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I hope it. Like the thing I'm obviously missing is the live gigs. I'm sure you are yourself,
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have the recording aspect, which has become possibly, we've learned so much now with the whole international, worldwide kind of connectivity, more so because it's been hyper sort of intensified, right? We've had no choice. We've had to connect with people abroad, and I mean, we've been doing that anyway. I mean, a lot of people send tracks and stuff like that, but here now it's like it's the only way you can do it now. So it's like a lot of things that are kind of hyper learned, like when we're in war, you learn, health, discoveries happen apparently a lot more because the country's in like hyper health mode, trying to heal people and stuff. So the health industry gets an improvement. You learn more. So it's the same thing, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mean, even on like I know there's a Facebook page, Guitarist Ireland, where like a lot. I think it's like 10,000 people now that are on it. It's a massive community of musicians, and a lot of the questions are going up there now. Or like it used to be the case where it'd be like guys posting videos of themselves playing at weddings, or like some super players playing solos live. But now it's completely like, how do I record my music, or how do I teach online, or like how do you take the medium that's just like so good live and convert that into something that you can broadcast out, which is like this. I think that's the super challenge here. Like getting like live music's probably off the cards for the foreseeable future. So how do you get people dancing in their living rooms while you're playing to them online? So
yeah. It's a tricky one because it requires additional equipment investment, and it's a hard time also to be investing in stuff. So it's like some people were kind of lucky to have a little bit of it. I was lucky to already have a microphone. I had to get an audio interface, a proper one. I had a cheap one, but you do have to. It's unfortunate, like there's investments. What have you, like, have you done live stuff yourself on Facebook, or have you done anything over the sort of couple of months? Obviously you were recording, so I guess we could talk about the recording even, like how did that come about? How did you actually record that?
Yeah, so like my setup's been pretty much the same for the last like 4 or 5 years. So I've got this, I think it's like an MXL 990.
It looks
like
nice.
It's pretty cheap and cheerful, but
Sounds
it
good.
does a decent job. Then I've just got some. You can't see there's a studio behind you here, but it's all Ableton centric. Like there's an Ableton push there, like a little 25 key controller. It's all going through like a Roland interface. Yeah, I think like the big thing for me is like, when you're kind of making music and recording music, it's how do you get it to that ready to release stage. So over lockdown, I was kind of taking lessons from Hector Castello, who's like
wow, that's unbelievable. He was teaching Dubh Lee about guitar and theory, and he's teaching you on production. And I was interviewing him last week.
Yeah, he's like insanely knowledgeable about kind of, because he was teaching me blues guitar before when we were doing the live gig with the Foreign Nationals, and then it was getting to the stage where I was like, I'd like to start like recording this stuff, but I don't understand like the proper process, because like you watch a few videos online, you get a few like free plugins and stuff, but he just knows absolutely everything there is to know.
Yeah,
and
he's amazing
as well. Like his music is unbelievably high quality, and he does it all himself. So it's he's super impressive. But yeah, in terms of the Train Tracks album, the main thing was like after getting the lessons from Hector, it was taking it back to these projects that were written on the train, and it was literally like you open it up, it's a load of MIDI clips. They've got their like a lot of the, I think there's 2 synthesizers used on the entire album, so it's massive and silent, and it's just about kind of tightening the sound and creating like dynamics, because there was basically no dynamics in it from before, and like it's getting it, and then when you're taking it to mastering level, preserving the dynamics and getting the volume up and all that stuff. So that was all like 3 weeks of work for that. But yeah, it was really like super fun, and it's great to be able to like release it as well.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to you for like, that's not an easy thing to do. Like, and when did you get your like lessons from Hector? Like, when did they come in versus when did you? Was it like obviously during your process, right?
Yeah. So the stuff from Hector was kind of, I think I've been getting lessons from him since like probably last summer actually, because the bassist in my band was saying that you need this unbelievable blues guitarist, and at that stage, like I wasn't even thinking about the Train Tracks album. I was just kind of like, we've got to be the best live band we can, and we've got to play loads of crazy blues solos, and the solos have to be fast and big.
That's the way to do it. Yes.
Yeah. So it was kind of then like obviously got the lessons from him, loads of blues guitar stuff and music theory, and then when like all the lockdown stuff happened, I guess it kind of started with I'd release a video and he'd be like, oh, that's good, and then I kind of asked him about the sound, and he was saying, you know, like I think like it needs a bit more of this and a bit more of that, and then in the end it was just like, just show me your magic ways. So
teach a man to fish. Yeah, he can
exactly,
feed his family forever. Yeah, definitely, man. That's amazing. And do you want to play something for us today? Did you say you were up for playing a tune, or?
Yeah, for sure. I was trying to work out how to play the Train Track stuff, and I couldn't actually work out a way of sharing my audio. So I have my acoustic guitar here, so I can play some original music that I haven't actually released yet.
I love it.
Playing like singer-songwriter stuff, and I can also play you kind of a cover song from the 1920s that I love playing as well. So
nice. Yeah. I'm gonna. Do you know? If you want, I'll give you the stage, and you can play like 2 songs in a row. So I won't interrupt. Awesome, Stephen. Nice one, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the stage. Take your time. Do whatever you need to do there, and yeah, you're ready to go whenever you're ready. Thanks for staying tuned in, guys. I'm here with Stephen Brennan here, and he's about to play a couple of songs live for us. So give him some nice emojis in the chat. Give him a nice warm welcome, and hope you're enjoying the conversation so far. Take it away, Stephen.
Okay. I don't really have a title for this one yet. It's pretty new, so I'll lay into it here. Hope you all enjoy it. Fingers through her hair, her hand in his. He thinks about what was to escape what is. He's got a lonely bed in a lonely room in a crowded house full of happy lovers. It's a sorry story, it's a sorry state of affairs. And he would move out, but he'd miss the noise, covering up the sound of invasive thoughts that say she left because of you. He's a man out of luck, he's been waiting for a long, long time to feel the warmth of a lover who will hold him tightly in the night. Finding solace in a stranger thinks he's got himself a brand new start.
'cause he knows she's gonna break his heart. Yeah, she'll break his heart. Yeah, she'll break his heart. Another sunrise brings a day. Another day it brings a debt to pay. To satisfy a burning heart that pushes cold blood through his veins. And it's hard to swim through these waves of grief as they ebb and froth with the mind's makings that will tear a man apart before they yield. He's a man out of luck, he's been waiting for a long, long time to feel the warmth of a lover who will hold him tightly in the night. Finding solace in a stranger thinks he's got himself a brand new start. But he turns and runs away 'cause he knows she's gonna break his heart. Yeah, she'll 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 break his heart. She'll break his heart. Yeah, she'll break his heart. Yeah, she'll break his heart. And he knows that she's only gonna go and break his heart. Break his heart. Yeah, she'll break his heart. Yeah, she'll break his heart.
Nice. Woohoo. Deadly tune, man. Thanks for giving us the
much.
exclusive.
So that was kind of from the singery songwritery stuff that I
Deadly. It's great you have such versatility, like with your sound. Like it's great that you have that. Brilliant.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, I guess, and yeah, sometimes you sit down and you feel like writing a sad acoustic song, and sometimes you feel like writing a electronic banger. So
yeah. It's respect. And are you planning on recording any of these exclusive ones now, or like what's the plan for these? They'd have to be.
I'd love to get them down at some stage. I think like the thing about electronic music and the thing that makes it so good for like releasing is that, you know, we've all got these kind of software synths and this stuff that makes it sound so good, and we don't really need to think about, you know, the process after we get it down on tape. Whereas with acoustic guitar, it's like, I don't know, I feel like in order to really get the feel across, it has to be recorded really, really professionally and it has to sound really good.
I mean, because you're implementing as well the raw kind of vocal, I guess perhaps would you say that sort of is a little bit trickier?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, so I guess what we have here, like, is just, it's an acoustic guitar that is plugged into the interface and the singing and stuff like that. Like the room acoustics aren't getting captured and there's like lots of stuff missing, and there's like, you know, it's how do you do it without overdoing it as well. Like I think all the really cool like close sounding acoustic songs and recordings are like simple, but there's so much going on as well that, you know, keeps it in your head. And like from like a mixing perspective, when you're listening to it, like it kind of reels you in. But sometimes you listen to acoustic music and there's like too much reverb and they're trying too hard to create that sound. And the question is like, how far do you go? And I think like to really get it down, you need to like get someone who's super pro and go to a proper recording studio. So I think it's like getting the tracks to the stage where you're ready to take it to a recording studio, to someone who really knows what
to the
they're
next
doing.
level. Yeah, absolutely, man. Love it. Cool. Play another song there if you'd like. You're still on our stage.
Super. Okay. So I'd like to play this song by Skip James. So I think like actually similarly enough to like Dove Lee from the music I've seen her play, like she really likes the blues, and I really love the blues as well. We both had the same guitar teacher now, it turns out, so maybe that's something in that. But this is a song called Hard Time Killing Floor Blues, and yeah, I just really love it. It's 1924, but I think it was written in the kind of the depths of the depression in the States, but I think like there's still a lot of stuff there that with what we have going on now, it's still relevant. But anyway, that's it.
Well, you got a hard time here everywhere you go. Lord, these hard times, they're harder than ever been before. You know there's people drifting from door to door. Lord, they can't find no heaven, don't know where they gon' go. And people, if I ever get off this old killing floor, Lord, I'll never get down this low no more. And people, when you hear me singing this old lonesome song, know these hard times, they run on so long. No, you say you got money, well, you'd best be sure. Lord, these hard times, they gon' kill you, they drag on so long. You know there's hard times here everywhere you go. Lord, these times, they're harder than ever been before.
Wow, awesome, brilliant tune, man.
Thank you very much.
Very good, very, very good. Do you want to play one more?
Yeah, I'd love to play one more. Yeah, sure.
I think it would be nice. We're on a good flow. I'm really loving the tunes, man. They're actually really, really savage. And guys, let me know. Lindsay's giving you the round of applause there.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Sometimes our guys don't get too active and they just chill out and watch, or perhaps they're just robots and it automatically just turns on to give me extra views. I don't know, did I pay for that subscription this month? I'm not too sure. But don't be shy, guys. Do give some love to Stephen if you appreciate his music. It does mean a lot to him when he's watching back the video, and that goes for all of our shows and all of our guests. You know, it goes a long way to just slapping an L emoji even. But yeah, awesome, Stephen. Dude, take it away, man. I don't want to hold you back.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, thank you. So I'll play one more. This is a song by Justin Timberlake, because I'm a big fan of the old 90s music, like especially that Timberland produced stuff. Holy man, that guy was just sick. Anyway, so this is one of his songs, and I'll close it off with this. Thanks very much for having me. This was really, really fun. So here we go.
You were my sun, you were my earth, but you didn't know all the ways I loved you, no. So you took a chance, you made other plans, but I bet you didn't think that they would come crashing down, no. You don't have to say what you did, I already know, I found out from. Now there's just no chance for you and me, there'll never be. And don't it make you sad about it? Tell me you love me, why did you leave me all alone? Well, you tell me you need me when you call me on some things are better left unsaid. But it wasn't like you only talked to him, and you know it. All of these things people tell me keep messing with my head. When you should have picked honesty, then you may not have blown it more. You don't have to say what you did, I already know. I found out from now there's just no chance for you and me. There'll never be, and don't make you sad about it. Cry me a river, oh, cry me a river, cry me a river, oh. Whoa, said the damage is done, so I guess I'll be leaving. Whoa, said the damage is done, so I guess I'll be leaving. Whoa, said the damage is done, so I guess I'll be leaving. Whoa, said the damage is done, so I guess I'll be leaving. You don't have to say what you did, I already know. I found out from now there's just no chance for you and me. There'll never be. Don't make you sad about it. Cry me a river, oh, cry me a river, cry me a river, oh, oh, oh.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for playing another song for us. And we have comments coming in. The sisters are watching.
Oh,
I don't know what that means. I thought you might know.
that'd be even Nessa.
Oh, that's your sisters, I guess. It's not mine. I only have one sister. Awesome. We also have Colin Brennan.
He is my brother.
There you go. Sending you a love heart and a star-faced person. Starstruck. Starstruck person. There you go. Love from the family. Absolutely awesome. We got Lindsay saying brilliant cover and Dave saying great stuff. Fantastic, guys. Well, look, you can show Stephen some support. Stephen, what's the best place people can find you? Find your music. Where do you want to send them?
Hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. I'm on Instagram as Cooking with Stephen. I'm trying to get a music page set up. It's taken a while, so I will get my socials in order. But yeah, hit me up on Cozy Bot on Facebook or Stephen Brennan. Just add me as a friend. Or just, yeah, you know, Facebook's probably best.
Get those socials sorted, man. People are going to want to find you.
Yeah, I need
the
to
good
get
kind
that.
of people, not the bad kind of people. And do you cook? What's the story with your Instagram handle? Do you cook or with yourself or?
It started a long time ago when I was on my J1, where I made a joke cooking video and then just made a few more, and then ended up going to the States last year to cook with Donald Skian, and kind of just went from there. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of cooking, bit of music.
Nice,
lots
great.
of cat photos. So that's I need to sort out my socials so badly. It's
nice
like,
mix.
people are looking at this thing. It's like 1 week it's like baked goods, and the next week it's like, oh, check out this solo. So.
Interesting. Well, my personal one's kind of like I feel your pain. Like I had to set up a few different ones, but then it's really hard to manage all of them. So it can be a little bit hard to sort of get around to doing it. So I totally get it. But no problem, Stephen. What I'll do is I'll guide people towards your Facebook as you requested, and people can add you personally. Oh, yeah. I sometimes press buttons I don't mean to. So, would you like to do the lightning round with me? I don't know if you've done that. Have you seen that before?
No, I haven't. No, but yeah, let's do it. Sure thing. Sounds like fun.
Cool. Because you're my last guest. And I feel I should just throw one in there just for the crack. So it's just a couple of random questions. A quick way to get to know you better. And no, it's actually a bit of crack. It's nothing to do with anything else, but just to raise the energy and have a bit of fun. So I have a couple of random questions just written out. I might find one related to you in there somewhere, but anyway, okay, I'm giving too much away. All right, guys, we're gonna do the lightning round with Stephen Brennan, okay? And add him on Facebook. I'm gonna link in the Facebook page there. Give him he wants more friends on Facebook, because he didn't figure out his social handles yet. So you have to add him as a friend. So click into his link there. It takes 1 to 2 to 3 seconds. You're not going to lose the stream. Click on that link, add him as a friend, and everybody here that tunes in anyway is tied in some way or another with music. So you're going to get some quality friendships through this stream, guys. So seriously, don't be shy, do it. I know it's a little bit strange. Maybe some people don't like doing the adding thing, but give it a go.
I promise I'll get my socials properly in order for next time.
Steve is going to get his socials in order. I love it. All right, great, Steve. So, okay, without further, I'm stalling here a little bit. Okay, so let's do the lightning round, guys. Come on. Let's get the energy going. We got Stephen Brennan here. He played a couple of great tunes for us. We're going to do the lightning round and ask him a couple of questions. Let's go. 60 seconds on the clock. All right, Stephen. Name a band that you cannot stand.
Oh, My Chemical Romance.
Ooh, what's your favorite beverage while performing?
It's gotta be Stark Almond right now.
If you could start a cover band, what would it be?
Backstreet Boys.
Nice. Shit, that's a fucking deadly one, actually, to be honest. What's your favorite venue that you've performed in?
I like Sinead.
If you could play any musical instrument that you're not versed in already, what would it be?
Drums.
Nice. What's the best country for music, in your opinion?
Oh, Ireland, for sure.
What's the best audience you've performed for? Where were they based?
It was one of the film fatale parties in the IMMA in the Royal Canadian Place. It was unbelievable.
Deadly. Who invented rock and roll?
Chuck Berry.
Rory Gallagher or Jimi Hendrix?
Jimi Hendrix, basically, but I do like Rory Gallagher. So.
Ooh, you know what? I'm kind of happy you said that, because I thought that everyone would be kind of like, oh, picking Rory Gallagher just to, fit in.
Yeah, I know. I get
in
that,
Ireland. So
I just listen to more Jimi Hendrix. So
great, respect. I like it. I like an honest person. That's perfect. That's what we need. Great stuff, man. Well, there you go. Those answers really meant nothing to anybody, but it was just a bit of, just so you know, just in case you're gonna, yeah, we're not gonna hold it against you or anything like that.
I'll never play Rory Gallagher Festival because of this video.
Lindsay says she would fully support a Backstreet Boys cover band. No joke, not even joking.
Coming to a Zoom stream near you.
That's it. Like, where else are we gonna do it, right? Crazy. All right, amazing, Steve. So tell us, what do you have planned for yourself anyway for the next coming months? So you're plugging your EP now anyway. Train Tracks, right?
That's it. Yeah, Train Tracks. It's on Spotify or Apple Music or all the main streaming platforms. It's under Cozy Bot. That's
Cozy
my
Bot.
electronic music pseudonym. So plan for the future is probably do more electronic stuff.
Brilliant.
I want to get 8 tracks down and then release an album. But I also want to release all my acoustic music from the last 5 or 6 years, so there's nearly enough for an album there. So that would be the dream.
Amazing, man. Well, listen, best of luck, and let's stay in touch. And if there's anything else in the pipeline or anything you need me to sort of plug for you and mention on the stream or anything like that, just stay in touch, man. We're connected now, as I said, with Paj as well, where the bridges are opening up now with everybody. So it's all good. Don't be a stranger.
Absolutely, yeah. And thanks so much for having me on, and to Dubh and Paj as well. That was class to watch those guys. Also got to see what the interviews were like before I got to do one myself, so that was cool.
Yeah, so you were lucky you came on last to see kind of, it's all chill, Kozak's not going to bite you.
Exactly.
But it's good. No, I'm glad you got to see them as well. I don't know if you knew them before, but I would recommend you check them out. Even reach out to them and just say so, because I love the way you already tagged them as well in the posts prior. That's a great thing to do, to sort of connect with those guys, and the fact that you and Dovely have the same teacher and dig into that sort of blues genre as well. I think it's definitely, maybe you can do a collaboration. There you go. I'm just throwing it out there.
That would be sick. Yeah.
Legend. Steve, I'll make it happen, man. Well, look, you know what? We'll make a big feckin' situation about it. We'll make a big deal. I'll make a big post about it. I'll have a thing going across my screen,
That would be great. Let's do that. Absolutely. And then we can do the Backstreet Boys cover band thing.
Yes, that's it. Lindsay's just she's just loving it right now, I'd say. Legend, Stephen. All right, listen, my pleasure getting to know you, brother, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you very soon.
Man. Thank you very much. That was great.
See you later, brother. Bye. All right, guys, give it up for Stephen Brennan. And his latest project, his electronic project, is called Cozy Bot. COZYBOT. And his EP was only released not too long ago. I believe it was this month. And I think I've gone very dark. I don't know if I have or not. This new camera is a little bit different, so I need to work with the lighting a little bit more, I'd say. But does that work? That might be too weird. Oh, anyway, you can see me. That's all that matters. But definitely check that out on Spotify. I linked you there. I think you can access that. So that's his most recent project. And his EP is actually fantastic. I highly recommend you check it out, guys. So listen, that's the end of our show. That's it. We're done. Crazy. We've flown through that. 3 guests. These shows used to be like ridiculously longer. 3 guests, same amount of music, same amount of guests. Nothing's changed. I guess I've just become a bit more efficient with these things. So like, cheers for tuning in, guys. There's Stephen in the chat, thanking everyone, the absolute gentleman. So yeah, give him some of your likes and support. It really does help a lot, guys. It really helps a lot. So listen, thank you as well for supporting me and what I'm doing, supporting the stream. You know the dealie. So I guess I was gonna try a segment today. You know me with the segments. You know, I'm trying to do a segment, but maybe I'll just wait for another time, because the green screen's been a little bit dodgy and the lighting change is really bothering me. I have a new room. There's a new room, but I'm so tempted to just do it right now. Like, it just might not even look really well. I think I just big nothing up here. So look, anyway, tune in on Tuesday, guys. We're back again with some live gaming and live soundtrack. And that's going to be from 6 to 9. We're also back on Thursday, and we've got some other fantastic artists that I'll be interviewing. Of course, as always, there'll be 3 artists, and I'll also be playing 5 tunes, and hopefully we'll have a pick of the week as well for you then. There will be some other news coming out over the next couple of days, a couple of updates with the show and a couple of different things, so do stay tuned. If you haven't already, do like the stream, and much appreciated for your time and for liking and for staying tuned in, and thanks so much for enjoying it and supporting the artists as well that I'm having on the show, and giving them respect and giving them your ear. It's lovely. It's great. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. We've also got links in the YouTube description to become a deMartian. Yes, I've been trying to promote these things a little bit more lately. So you can be part of the growing community that is deMars Entertainment and deMars Live. So you can get in there, and you can even just watch the discussion happening. You don't have to contribute straight away or anything. There's no pressure. Nobody is pressured to do absolutely anything. You can just chill and watch this and be silent. That's all good. But it's always nice to interact. If you do feel so, it's always great to know somebody is watching and appreciating sort of what's going on. It's always nice. But there's a link there. You can join that community. It's on Facebook, and you can join into it to any of the written conversations that we have there. I've been setting up polls and stuff like that, so I think I'll try to do a topic every couple of days maybe, and just to get you involved and just to get us debating or thinking away from the whole Facebook timeline section, where it can be a little bit muddled and the whole comments section's a little bit messy. So I'll also be giving away some merch prizes as well once every month. I'm going to see if I can do that. Of course, I want to support the musicians and I want to purchase their merch. So it would be amazing if anybody wanted to contribute to the show as well. And then I can sort of start using that money to buy merch and sort of give away prizes to sort of the best supporter of the month, or the biggest supporter, however you want to call it. And that doesn't have to be financial. Supporter can be anybody that just consistently tunes in and interacts and is just a good sport, I suppose, about it all. I don't know. I'm still making shit happen. Like, it's literally all unfolding here live. So, you're seeing it all unfold. There's not much, I'm telling you basically what's going on. So Lindsay, fantastic indeed. Yeah, thanks. Oh yeah, so Steve. Yeah, so yeah, that's it, guys. Right, go on. I'm gonna stall. I need to eat some food, and yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. These are brilliant. These are great. So yeah, see yous later.